won't never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up date.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up baby to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty. Let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock. Boom. Headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro. This is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up baby to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty. Let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock. Boom. Headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro. This is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect. We don't need a so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay live and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. classic or it's just up in the store. We battle against the locusts just like here's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is, hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like here's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is, hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like here's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday night.
much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. This the podcast. We will never stop. This the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. This the podcast. We will never stop. This the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. This the podcast. We will never stop. This the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. This the podcast. We will never stop. This the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. This the podcast. We will never stop. This the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers.
Hey, buddy.
We got it on lock. This the
Can you hear me?
podcast. We will never stop. This the Potbelly
Nice.
Gamers. It's the
Yes, I can.
Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock, it's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store. We battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock, it's the podcast. We will never stop, it's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
Fixed, you're in color now.
No, he's not.
On mine?
No, he's not.
On mine he is.
That's weird. Maybe
On
what?
mine? On mine he is.
That's weird. Maybe what?
Oh, no, it's gone. Oh, no, it's gone.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock, it's the podcast. We will never stop, it's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive.
Hello, buddy. Welcome to the show. Yay! Buddy, welcome to the show. Yay!
Yeah, I can hear Yasser through the music. I can hear Nice.
Dun, dun.
No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store. We battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock, it's the podcast. We will never stop, it's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock, it's the podcast. We will never stop, it's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect, we don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock, it's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store. We battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock, it's the podcast. We will never stop, it's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock, it's the podcast. We will never stop, it's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete bondage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock, it's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. Sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. Sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shooter, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. Sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to our got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. We got it on lock. It's the PBG. Glenn, Gabe, Ernest, and Yasa. Potbelly Gamers got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just up in the store, we battle against the locusts just like it's a war. This is our Call of Duty, let's bring it to a dead stop. Got it on lock, boom, headshot. About to save the princess just like Super Mario. We could bring it back all the way to Atari, bro. I'm sorry, bro, this is complete ponage. From video games, movies, even down to comics. Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights. Potbellygamers.com. Yeah.
Oh, guys, I just realized.
Oh, you know what it do. Every single time that we come through, it's the Potbelly Gamers. We got it on lock. It's the podcast. We will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. We stay alive and connect. We don't need a controller. It's the Potbelly Gamers. Ooh, baby, it's so from first shoot up, baby, to RPG. got so much to offer. We break you off knowledge, far from a noob. No matter what system is hooked up to the tool. If it's a classic or it's just a
Yeah.
Is it listed under, you know, when you click on audio on the side and under microphone?
Are you talking about the app? Or are you talking about Windows?
Oh no, the actual app. You have to go through the app. The actual
Okay,
app.
so I'm in the little microphone, and I go to right click here, and I say select a microphone that has microphone. This is 3/webcams.
It's the Potbelly Gamers, we got it on lock. It's the podcast, we will never stop. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers. It's the Potbelly Gamers.
PBG Thursday nights.
As long as I'm legible.
I'm starting it.
It's not legible. It can't be legible.
I don't know.
As long as you can hear me.
Do you guys think that he's low?
No, he sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Can you
Alright,
hear?
cool.
Can you hear? Shit. I hope my fucking audio can be heard.
Oh shit! Hold on.
That's what I like. That's what I like.
Gotta.
How loud am I? How loud am I? How loud am I?
Not
okay.
you're just deeper voice, like deeper than deeper voice.
Well, that's my
job,
voice.
Background there. That's nice.
Well, that's my
job,
voice.
background there. That's nice.
That's my
job,
voice.
background.
All right, show off.
Shit.
Relax.
I was playing. Okay, so I should. I forgot I was playing the audio from the stream, and it's like doubling up on the actual stream, so it sounds ridiculous. But all right, I turned it off. So I think we could. I think they could hear all of us, right?
Cool.
Yep. Testing.
All right. Welcome everybody, huh?
Yeah.
To the year end of Potbelly Gamers, and as you can see, I got like the little Christmassy sort of theme going.
Merry
I
Christmas.
had to do it.
Awesome. Nice stuff.
Happy
Nice stuff.
Hanukkah. Merry Christmas to you.
All right, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I see that Glenn got the angry old man thing going.
You got the
Which
holidays.
No, I'm still sorry. You crashed earlier, and it was just stuck on that frame of anger for so long.
Yeah.
So now all I see is angry Glenn.
Nice.
Sorry.
So,
Yeah.
how you guys
I'm
doing?
stuck on the light cruiser, Moff Gideon's Imperial Light Cruiser. So I'm thinking maybe I should turn off this background, but my actual background is so bullshit. Look,
Background?
background is so
Backgrounds, guy.
yeah. There, look. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Visually
yeah.
stunning. Should I just leave it like this?
I mean, works too. I mean, really, I should probably turn mine off because I just have a simple white background. Let me see.
Yeah, man. Turn yours off. You keep disappearing.
It's too busy.
Well, not now. You're fine now.
You know?
I should have something
Yeah.
festive in the background here too. You got some. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh man.
All right. There you go. A bit of the Christmas tree action going on there.
Christmas
It's all
tree.
good.
Oh, Christmas tree. Da, 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 da.
Oh, jeez.
Na, na, na. Na, na, na.
Oh, man.
The Christmas bag of mine. There you go. Anyways,
All right, guys. So we are the Potbelly Gamers. I'm Ruckus, usual. They know us by now. But if not,
do you want to?
introduce
Is this a
yourselves.
podcast? Do you want to introduce it like a podcast or
Yeah,
just
let's go. Go ahead. Hey, Yas, take it, man. You're the one who.
me?
Yeah.
I haven't hosted in years, man. I don't know how to do this. Hey, everybody! Welcome to the Potbelly Gamers Companion Podcast for the week of what is today's date? December the 19th, 2020, and we are deep in this pandemic, and that is why we are doing this from home. I just screwed up my whole setup.
What happened?
No, I'm good. We're coming back. So let's keep it going.
Yeah.
I just came to talk about Mandalorian. Otherwise, you know, ever since I moved to Hamilton from Toronto, I've cut off all ties with these guys. You know, they don't matter to me. Cut them out of my life. Then I saw Mandalorian, and it made me cry. And I was like, I have to talk about it. I have to talk about it. And Ernest was gracious enough to set this whole thing up, and here we are. And actually, you want to make this kind of like a year-end recap, right? All the cool stuff.
Yeah, let's
this
talk
year?
about like everything
Yeah.
from this year, minus any of the pandemic shit, because we don't want to hear that stuff, right? No negativity, please.
Yeah,
All right?
we're going into lockdown on Monday, so
Fuck.
shut up, y'all, sir. Shut up.
So yeah. So what's going on, man? What do we talk about first? So we gonna talk about the Glenn? You said you want to talk about the new systems that came out. Something happened this week, this year. Something like about systems or games. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, it's as much as it is a crazy year that's been going on. It was a huge year for a lot of things. Obviously, the biggest thing being we got two brand new next generation systems.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing of this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, crazy enough. Well,
For
looking at
games.
everything, like
games,
on a
yeah.
normal thing, that would have been, well, it still kind of is huge. And yeah, I was just like, maybe talking about our journey to get our systems. I mean, they're kind of easy, not so much. Maybe mine's a little bit more sneaky and
I think you have the most
Undermine
interesting
it.
one because like we're gonna be like, yeah, we signed on to the interwebs and we got it. That's
yeah.
ours.
I click
Pretty much.
click refresh over and over again.
Yeah, like
eventually
yeah,
I
me
got
too.
it.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
How'd you get yours, Glenn?
I went and stood in line at EB Games, the old-fashioned way, and had some help with friends of the show, James and Andy, aka Scaponius and Godfather. He stood. It was a cold night too. Cold morning, man.
Cold night, cold morning.
Yeah. And yes, he stood in line all night. Went up midnight. I think we were third in line at that point when he stood in.
Wait, you keep saying he stood in line like he held the space for you, and you guys just showed up later at the last.
Yeah,
second?
because we were working.
Wow.
Right? So he.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So he stood.
Except
and then,
that a real Xbox fan would have taken the
Booked
day
off.
off.
Yeah.
I know some people
You
that
would
take a
think
week
so.
off.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
yeah.
know, Glenn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A real Xbox fan would have told his boss to shove it up his ass and quit on that day. Right in the line.
True.
or put
Be an
in
adult.
or you put in pieces to affect. So because our game plan was okay. Andy went to EB, and when I was done, I was going to go to Best Buy just to see the situation. But
Yeah.
I think just maybe the night before, Best Buy put out a tweet saying, hey, don't bother coming. We're not accepting people lining up and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
at that point, it was like, okay, I'll head to EB Games. I got there, I think around like 4:45. Like as soon as I was out, I was gone to stand in there with him. And then, the EB itself only had 15 systems available for pre-order,
That's fucking
and they were
bullshit.
all Series X, no Series S's. And that's how it was. There was a whole bunch of people. Like they didn't open till 11 a.m. for the pre-order. And then there was a whole bunch of people that started to show up at 10. And even then, the guy came out and said, I only have 15, so we got our cards. He said, I'll give you these cards. These guarantee it. And the people behind us were like, we're not leaving. And they were like, do you think we're giving this up? No, guys, you might as well leave. So, yeah, that was the pre-order. That was the pre-order excitement. That was the pre-order. And then the day of pickup, we got a call saying, hey, because of all this curbside pickup and people, stuff going on like that. I mean, at that point, we weren't in such a lockdown, but got the call, hey, you can come pick your system up at, I think it was 8 o'clock in the morning was my pickup to get the system. And yeah, went in with the boys there and I purchased the new system along with the new headset, which if you've gamed with me, everyone knows that my
Oh
headset's
God!
Yeah,
It's-
thank
God!
God.
Thank God! You guys, like anybody listening, anybody at all, probably Tiger Fox.
yeah.
God bless you.
Will know. Yeah. First of all, God bless you. Sitting through this, and then secondly, yeah, God, I love you, Glenn, but goddamn.
That echo, man. That echo was just brutal, dude.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. So yeah, that was the fun.
Hold up.
Fun.
Aren't you gonna mention?
I didn't know if I should. All right.
What
So
hey,
so
why
what
not?
happened-
Fuck it. Let's
Yeah.
throw him under the bus. Fuck it, man.
Yeah.
What happened?
So as this happened to, I believe, all three of us, me, James, and Andy, is we were told that they overcharged us for our Series X's, and if we'd
Oops.
like to, we could take that money and move it towards something else, like a store credit type thing. Not really thinking of the time, oh, hang on, maybe I should just ask for my money back. I mean, at that point, I was like, oh, okay, well, then I'll just pay for, throw that money and I'll grab Cyberpunk.
Wait,
I'll
but
pre-order Cyberpunk.
How much more did you pay over the system? Like, how much of their
Basically,
money did they
from what I understand, he put a down payment on it to reserve
100.
it, and
Yeah,
then they
100.
charged him the full price anyways when he bought
Yes.
So $100 basically.
Yeah, it was 100 credit. Yeah, like with taking away some of it. So yeah, I
it.
just
Scam,
used it.
dude.
Yeah, I used.
Yeah.
I bought.
Because once they got into credit, they got it, right?
they
That's it.
they got it. I mean, I flipped it to Cyberpunk. I was like, okay, I'll buy.
You're gonna get that anyway, so.
I used it to purchase Cyberpunk and all that stuff. Like at that day, I was like, okay, just put it all there, and then the rest of it I used for my new headset and stuff like that. So it was very. Oh, they knew what they were doing, because again, you're only one person was allowed in the store at a time, right?
Yeah.
So, and again, none of us. So me, James, Andy, all go in. None of us knowing that this happened to all three of us, which is crazy. You're like, because if you're kind of like in the store and you hear them say, "Oh, hey," and you're like, "Oh, okay, you know what? Oh, shit." Like maybe the second or the third person who this happened to would be like, "Hang on a second, how did you guys do this 3 times?" You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's
Fucking
yeah.
Yeah, I
They don't know
think-
they don't know each
scammers.
other. They don't know that.
I mean, again, I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. We all know small businesses are suffering, and again, EBs are all individually owned. So
Are they? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I thought it was
Perhaps.
corporate.
it's kind of like they're individually owned, but they're allowed to run with the banner name. Do you know what I mean?
That still doesn't excuse
So
them
do
from
you
ripping you
know-
off,
No, no.
dude.
Fuck it, man. That's not your
That is-
problem.
Yeah, it's like, who
They're there to
cares,
support
dude?
all the EV games across Canada. Come
It's
on,
like,
man.
Well, they're a small business, so yeah, sure, they can rip me off. It's fine.
Yeah,
No.
no, I know. It was just very, yeah, and they got you, right? Because you have the excitement of that. It's just like, oh my God, I'm holding it. Oh, this is a cool. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, get it, I want to get out now and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
I get it.
Very excited. It was awesome to get it. Obviously ran right, home, set it all up, and yeah, it's been, knock on wood. I've had no issues. I know throughout through Twitter and stuff like that, people have been posting issues. I've been super happy that I've had no issues with it.
Awesome.
I know there's one person who's absent right now that's had a lot of issues with it. So.
yeah.
In
Yeah,
fact,
too
what ended
bad,
up happening?
man.
Did Anthony just straight up return the system?
There's more to it, man. There's like a lot more shit that he had to. Yeah, like he
Does he have an Xbox right now?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't
Yes.
have a series. Does he have one?
he got he got
Yes.
it back. So long story short, I think he got it 2 days later. It died. So then he sent it back to Microsoft. They sent him back a new system after a week, and that system seems to be fine. But there's been some issues here and there, whatever, crashing and stuff. And he's trying to get a warranty for it, but they won't let him.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit. But
Bullshit technicality that it's like a replacement or something, right?
yeah, but it's like you just got it. It's stupid, man.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, you'd think that Microsoft would be going out of the way right now to make sure everybody was happy, right?
Mhm.
Even like taking a look at those smaller incidents. But there's so many people in the world and so many people having issues that they probably are trying their best. And a lot of these stories kind of fall through the cracks. I mean, I think that he have some kind of like success by doing like social media stuff.
No.
No, not at all.
It's just
Yeah,
straight
no.
contacting the company, eh?
Yeah, he tagged everybody, but no.
Yeah, Uncle Phil didn't help, eh?
No.
No.
No, he's not gonna.
Come
Yeah,
through.
he's gonna look at it like, yeah, no, forget that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, so let me ask you guys a question. What do you think is a bigger thing this year? The Xbox and PS5 coming out, or Sony pulling Cyberpunk 2077 from the store, because I think that Sony pulling a game hasn't happened, or a company pulling a game from the store hasn't happened since Arkham Knight.
A
Remember for the
AAA
PC?
game. Yeah, a AAA game.
Like Arkham Knight came out and it was so glitchy for the PC that Warner Brothers pulled it from the store. Or I think maybe Steam pulled it from the store. I'm not sure. But this is like the first time that this has ever happened. I mean, even that No Man's Sky, which was like a complete mess, they didn't pull that, right?
Yo.
So it's really
Dude,
crazy,
Avengers
right?
was a complete mess, and
They didn't pull that.
And that was just recent.
And you know what? People are saying that Sony did it because they were pissed.
Oh, yeah.
Because they offered the refund and said, go talk to Sony, and never talked to Sony first. You get it?
Yep. It was
So
a slap,
Sony
it's a
was like,
slap
what
in the
the
wrist,
fuck?
you know?
Yeah. So,
It's like, but it's stupid. I mean, Microsoft's doing the same thing, except they're not pulling the game out of the, the store. And apparently, I just read that the head of CD Projekt Red started liking comments about going against Sony for doing that.
Mhm.
So I don't know, Matt. I don't know what that means, but
making those good decisions,
yep.
every
Well,
day.
we'll see what happens to. Maybe CD Projekt Red's gonna go, favor Microsoft now or something. I don't know.
I think that all of the goodwill that they built up with the free DLCs for Witcher and no DMR DRM. Is it DRM or DMR?
DMRs.
DRM. No
Halo
DMRs,
guns.
guys.
Yeah.
No DMX. No DMX.
Yeah, Halo.
All that goodwill, they just kind of flushed down the drain, right? Especially when they were talking about, hey, we don't push our guys hard, we don't do crunch, and then like boom, they did crunch.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's like a gray kind of space where maybe the people that are working there are okay. They're super passionate about working on a video game. Maybe they might be okay with working extra hours near the end, right? But I feel like they just got rid of all that goodwill and just flushed it down the toilet. So,
I mean,
Gabe, you are
fickle.
playing Cyberpunk 2077 right now on the Xbox Series X. Glenn is playing it on the Series X. Ernest is playing on the PC.
Both, yeah, I have both, but I've been playing on PC. I'm waiting for the Series X upgrade, but I'm gonna try to start it.
And I'm
Yeah.
also playing on the PC, and not crazy specs. I have an i7 770, and like I'm just gonna tell you the 1070 Ti GTX, 16 gigs of RAM, pretty moderate system. It's running pretty decent, and that to me says that they really strive to optimize for PC, and then optimize for next gen, and then just kind of left Xbox, OG Xbox, and PS4 kind of by the wayside.
That's an afterthought.
Yeah,
Which is
like
odd, right?
yeah, because they originally announced it for those systems.
Yeah. And did you read the letter, the apology letter? He said something along the lines of, we apologize for not showing you PS4 and Xbox One footage so that you wouldn't have a better idea of making a purchasing decision. Like, really, dude? These systems have been out for like years and years and years, right? There's no excuse. This is 100% bullshit, underhanded stuff. And like, I'm really, really super surprised. But then you have to remember that like we have for all these years thought of CD Projekt Red as like one thing, but actually the reality is CD Projekt Red is the developer, and they have a separate person or like company that is the actual publisher, right? And it's mostly like all the bullshit that's been going on is mostly with the publishing side, right? Where they've been forcing them to kind of push the game out faster than it should have come out. Also, I forgot. Did you know that originally the game didn't have ray tracing in it? They built it from the ground up. When they wanted to like bring on all those extra enhancements. So I'm sure that must have put on a lot of time. Sorry, Ernest, what were you going to say? Can you compare the PC and Xbox version right now, or do you feel like it's not a fair comparison because your PC right now is a beast. The Series X is a beast right now, but there's no patch for Cyberpunk that is going to take advantage of that power right now, right?
Yeah.
So
not-
is
not
it a
next
fair
gen.
comparison?
It's all right. I mean, it's not like it's running pretty well on the Xbox, like pretty good actually. Compared to my PC, I don't know. I can't really say because like I'm running on ultra settings on PC. I think that the Xbox is running on high. I don't know, something like that. But aside from that, I mean, the population's there. There's the glitches are the same. Like, it's not like, but it's really minimal though. At least from what I played. I don't know. You guys been playing more. So I don't know if you could say like how many glitches there have been that you guys encountered, but I've only encountered minimal. Same with the PC version. So yeah, it's been pretty good.
Yeah,
I started. Sorry, Gabe. I started Corpo, and I didn't really play that much. I know, Gabe, you've played quite a bit, and I'm really interested to hear what you have to say specifically because I never pinned you as like a hardcore RPG type of person. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Okay, give me a history. Tell me some of the RPGs. that
Okay,
you've played in the past.
if you're talking about like old school like PlayStation 2, that kind of era, then I agree with you. Yes, I'm not that, but I did play Lost Odyssey on 360, loved it. I did
Mass
play
Effect.
Mass Effect, all the trilogy. I did play oh come on,
Fallout.
I played a little bit. Thank you. I played a little bit of Fallout. There is a history of games that I like. What doesn't interest me is JRPGs as much. Besides,
Oh,
Lost
right on.
Odyssey.
And you
So,
know what?
like-
That makes a lot of sense because Cyberpunk has that. You know where you pick the answer, right? Just like in Fallout and just like what was that other game you mentioned?
Mass Effect.
Yeah, there you go.
Mass Effect is
Yeah.
the one that really popularized that genre, that mixture of like a shooter / RPG elements with with systems and choosing your character the way you want to do it. So yeah, if you're talking like old school, waiting, what is it? Turn based, not as much.
Yeah, I get it.
But yeah,
I get
man. The only one that I regret not playing is Witcher 3, but I'm gonna give it a go afterwards. But so far, I'm having a lot of fun. In terms of glitches, it's there, but not to the point where it's bothering me that much. I understand that they're patching it, like it almost feels like they're patching it every 3-4 days. Like they're already on patch 0.5.
Yeah, 1.5.
1.05.
right?
Yeah, hot fixes is what they're calling, which is sad when you start advertising fixes. It's not a good sign. But it is a weird situation, man. This whole thing that's happened. Like Yoster pointed out, I think it was very dishonest of a company to advertise it and show this game like 7 years ago, whatever it was, full knowing that it was probably going to land on this last generation. So they should have focused on that a lot more.
Yeah.
And then put bells and whistles into the thing, because there's no excuse. Like if you look at stuff like Red Dead Redemption as an example, you're talking about an open world game with elements, are sort of RPG elements, but not really. But it's shooter, and they figured it out. They have GTA, huge, massive worlds. So maybe it comes down to studio size, talent. But besides all that, I'm playing on Series X and I'm having a blast.
That's awesome. So I want to hear about the actual game, man. What do you think of the story and the progress? Do you remember when we were in Japan and they released that 45-minute video? And they showed a lot of like the interaction between Jackie and the protagonist, who at that time they chose a female, right? I loved the interaction that they had, and moving through, like you can go to a mission and kind of approach it any way you want. So how's it been going so far? And like, have you been getting these kinds of missions that are like open ended? You get to do whatever you want.
I'm going to let Glenn answer that more in detail, because he has put in way more hours than any of us over here in this panel. But I'll say like right now, so far I've only noticed like 1 or 2 options to tackle a mission. It hasn't been as drastic as, mind you, I'm early in the game, so maybe those options have not, like my what's it called, the not Cyberdyne, the chip that you put in your head that expands your memory. It's not that. Mine's not that not scoped. What is it? It's not that high. So maybe it's not
your memory dock. You talking about?
Memory dock, whatever you call it. Yeah, it's like the buffer thing, right? So maybe the more you upgrade your character, the more options are available to you. But so far, it feels sort of like you just run in there guns blazing, or you sort of like cyber attack your enemies, and there's not really much.
And there's no in between.
It's so far, but it's early. But Glenn for sure can speak to that, right? You've gone and played way more missions beyond the intro.
Yeah. Like, again, speaking to all the other problems that I've been reading and seeing, yes, I'm playing on the Series X. Obviously, I got it, another EB story. So same thing. Because I pre-ordered and stuff like that, I got a call.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, if you want, you can come Wednesday night and pick your game up at 9 p.m. And I was like, what? Like, this game's coming out the next? I was like, all right. So got it at 9 p.m. I think it was a 53 gig download, which was everything. Again,
I think I know where this is going.
Yeah,
keep going, keep going.
no. I'm just gonna say. So right from the get go. So from got it at 9. I was playing the game. I want to say from 10:30 p.m. until 7 a.m.
Oh wow! Because I thought that people that tried to play it early, they weren't able to. Like Johnny Silverhand would show up and say, "No, not yet."
No, I had no issues.
Guy.
Again, I don't know if it's because I have the disc and I put the disc in. Why? Maybe I don't know. I was excited to kind of feel like I had it early. If that made sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was very interesting. Again,
let me stop you for a second. How does a man that purchases Cyberpunk, a very digital, futuristic game, go buy a physical disc? Come on, man.
Yo, by the way,
they had that credit EB.
By the way,
they had an EB credit.
2 discs.
Oh wow!
It's a 2-disc game.
The 2-disc game. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Jeez.
I got the 2-disc game. I got like a map. I got a huge medallion with it and stuff like that.
Oh, wait,
so again,
did you get like a special edition or something?
No, just regular. But if you bought it at pre-order, they gave you. I'll go grab it in a second. They got a medallion inside. I got the map, and I got postcards, stickers, whole bunch of shit. And the postcard stickers were inside the package of the game and stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, I played for 10 hours. Well, not 10 hours.
He played for Jesus. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, no.
That's like Team Jesus.
Yeah, 9 or 10 hours straight. The only thing I was seeing, which again I think has been reported, would be like when you're obviously talking with Jackie and you watch him, he would walk through cars and stuff like that. Which I'm like, okay, I get it. That's at the time I thought, oh, this is the problem people were talking about, like him just walking, like kind of the early. There was a group of people that got it really early and got to play the reviewers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then some of the things, like you'd have to get things, they'd be floating in the sky, or guns would be floating in the sky for me to pick up. That was my only problems, honestly, going on with the game. As I've been now playing for 2 weeks with it now, I'm just overwhelmed by how much there is to do. Like the map of Night City for me it's just absolutely
lit up,
with missions. Like every time you're about to do something, your cell phone's ringing and it's somebody asking you to do something for them. Like there's so much to do. And I think I was just talking finally this week, I've kind of now, like it's kind of stopped putting you on the main course. Now I'm allowed to go do all these other missions. So there was like this constant path where really you could have, but you're sticking with it more or less. Now that it feels it's opened up, and now I can kind of do anything and then go back to the main story whenever I feel like it.
Okay.
How many hours are you guys into the game?
For me, like narratively, I would say probably like only like 3 hours, but like I've put in like at least 15 because I'm doing little side things. Every time I'm in a neighborhood and I'm doing something pops up, I'll do that. So
how many hours did you guys put into customizing the penis?
Woo!
I put 4.5 hours into customizing the
weird
penis.
answer.
That was an option. I didn't realize that you could do as you're building your character. You're doing all this stuff, and then it goes to penis. Literally says penis. Then I'm like, okay. I was like,
click on it?
I really don't care. But then I was like,
but I want to know the different options, because when I created my character, I just wanted to get in and see the system and like how well it performed. So I just like created whatever, dude, and I just jumped in, right?
Yeah.
I'll go back out. I'm gonna spend 3 hours customizing my penis when I
that's
don't
no big
like
deal.
Corpo. I didn't like Corpo. The story opened Corpo. Is that it? Really?
Yeah, I think you have little, and then you have
third leg if you want.
Third leg. Yeah.
It's
But
more.
But do you have circumcised, not circumcised? Like, do they have those kinds of options?
The second option, circumcised. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't got that 8K set up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you got options for hair?
Yeah.
Length of hair?
That's where
Length of hair?
Your pubic hair is the. That's
Can
the
you
big
braid
option.
your pubic hair?
I'm like, okay, there has to be a point in this game where I'm going to see this again. So I'm like, I'm going to make sure.
You're looking forward to that?
That I'm
Like,
okay
I
with.
can't
This is
wait.
going to sound weird, but someone told me that they're going to implement eventually multiplayer into the game. In that, not like multiplayer that you're thinking, Gabe. I know you're
Any-
thinking deathmatch or something.
Dude,
No, I'm talking
any
about
multiplayer in this game. Yeah.
4 people
the
roaming
world?
around Night City. Yeah,
That ain't gonna happen.
apparently that's what they're gonna do,
This
and that's
isn't
the
the
whole
type of
reason for
game.
the visualization, so that you can see each other.
It's not the type of game.
You know what? Even if they did try, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that thing's gonna explode. Like, there's no.
Yeah.
They can barely do a single player one.
I just
what,
think
You're gonna
it's
try to do
not that
4 player.
text-
You could. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So would they
Well,
try
but-
to do a GTA Online type aspect to this game? Is that
I think that's what they want to eventually implement. Like, you're thinking like they're going to take Cyberpunk 2077 the way that it is and just like add 4 people. I'm saying they're probably going to strip a lot of that stuff away and have you interact in a less
You're in a shed.
like a less populated place sort of way. I mean, I agree with Ernest. Like, I don't even see it happening at all. Like, the single player doesn't work right now. So how could you introduce 3 other people?
Honestly, I think they're gonna be, after this whole Sony thing. I think they're gonna be focusing on trying to get them back on board. You know, so I don't even know if the next gen versions are gonna come out sooner than later now, because like, who knows, right? They'll be fixing that PS4 version. No why?
They don't have a definitive date on the Xbox patch. Use X patch.
No, I don't think the next gen ones. No,
No.
they
It's
say
just-
March probably. I think is what I
Yeah,
heard.
most likely, realistically. Yeah.
What do you guys know? What games right now take full advantage of the Series X and have ray tracing? Like, I know Watch Dogs is one, right? Legion. Oh, that's awesome.
That's probably
Nice.
the
That's awesome.
only one.
Yeah, Watch Dogs
And
Legion
not
has ray
Valhalla?
tracing.
Valhalla doesn't do it.
Whoa,
Oh
that's
my
pretty
god,
sick.
that's awesome. Is that keychain?
Yeah, it's a medallion. It's a necklace.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Damn.
The box.
But
It's the
even
box
the-
stores going. Please buy physical. Please buy physical.
That and yeah, like
Because I was about to ask Glenn. I was about to ask Gabe, what'd you get with yours? And I was like, oh wait, he got it digital.
Yeah,
I don't know if this
Did you
works.
get any
I'm
extra digital
really
stuff?
big, but that's the
No,
map
no.
No.
of Night City.
Wow.
Did it come with a little personal note from EB Games manager saying, "Please, thank you for giving us a job"?
Thanks for
another
the
week"?
extra $100.
There's a note that says if you come back on Wednesday, we'll give you a bluey for 20.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah.
See what
Man.
you missed out on, Gabe?
Oh,
$20 blowjob. Because you went digital.
Woo.
And
Yeah, and then
gonorrhea.
just kind of then it comes with this book that kind of gives you the history of Night City. Goes into like there was a war apparently that's where this whole entire world came from, which broke down Badlands and all that stuff. So I was like, there's a lot of, and then all these like different postcards and stuff like that. I haven't opened them yet, but you can actually send them. There's QR codes on the back. I don't know if they give you free stuff, but
Nah, this can't be the standard edition. This has got to be some kind of special version that you got.
no
This
man,
can't be
it
the
was
spec-
no $79.99. It was the $80. Nothing, dude, nothing special.
That's weird. I spent the same amount of money. I got nothing except for a fucking broken game. So whatever. That's cool.
And you paid for it twice.
2 discs. Yeah,
Yes, I did.
Oh, damn it, my money. Anyways, do you want to talk more Xbox? What else? Like, because we didn't really talk about, like, the launch
Dude,
games experience,
the Gears
instant
thing.
resume, all that stuff. Like, we
Dude,
haven't spoken about
Xbox,
anything.
Xbox, for the lack of first-party titles that can launch with the system, I understand that argument. But the last week has been awesome. Like, Forza released a DLC pack for Forza. And
dude,
it's now Gears 5
Gears,
DLC,
yeah.
came out,
that
which is
looks
incredible.
amazing. Yeah, it looks amazing. I think they're pushing the system pretty hard. And it's still using Unreal Engine 4, right?
Yeah, it is still Unreal Engine, but yeah, it's a focus. Like, obviously, Gears 5 is multiplayer as co-op in it, but this one feels a little bit slightly different because you have individual powers for each character. It just mixes up.
Yeah,
the game a
it
little bit. I don't
changes
know.
it up pretty good, I think.
Yeah, and the setting's awesome. The setting's something like that you haven't really seen that much in Gears, like the greenery and foliage, more
Right.
animations, the lighting. It's beautiful, dude.
It's weird. It reminds me more of Gears than Gears 5 ever did, or Gears 4. You know what I mean? Like the OG Gears. Because when you get to that part where you're, because we stopped at the that
Second
big
level.
door.
Yeah.
But when you get to that part, get through that part, it for me, because I was playing with my brothers yesterday, and it felt like Gears. One thing I mentioned in the chat, but one thing I noticed we were playing, because they're playing on the OG Xbox One X's, right? And I'm playing on the Series X.
Yeah.
And dude, like whenever let's say, because we were playing on Insane, so we died a lot, but whenever we died, it would restart the checkpoint, and I would load in instantly. But my brothers would be waiting to load in, so I'll just see their models. It takes me out of the game because I see their models just standing, like, floating in the air.
But you're able to walk around yourself,
Yeah,
right?
like the game's loaded fully for me, but these guys are still loading, so they could see a loading screen, but I could see their models, and they're just floating in the air.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's when it had to wait a minute before they come by, and it fucks it up because sometimes
The immersion.
Yeah, because sometimes I trigger the game to start, so all the bad guys start coming. They're still waiting, and as soon as they load in, they're already dead. Because like they get attacked and shit. So it was bad. So I was like, damn, this is, I don't know if this is what they could do to fix that, but that's just weird.
Yeah,
Wow.
I know what they could do to fix it. Your
Get a
brothers could
Series
just
X.
buy Xbox Series
Yeah.
X's.
Trust me, they're
job,
they're
let's go.
waiting. They're waiting. We can't find any. But yeah.
Is that the only issue? You literally can't find any.
Yeah,
eh?
it's hard to get, man. Every time I tried to help my brother with like going online and checking it out, they're sold out within 5 minutes.
Oh, by the way, do you remember why I told you that I pre-ordered an Xbox Series S from Walmart and I couldn't cancel it?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? They charged me for a Series X. I don't have a Series S.
Wow.
They charged
really?
me a month ago.
Wait, they didn't send you one?
I didn't get anything in the mail, so
So
I don't
what-
have a
that's-
tracking number. But they charged me, so
That's
I'm gonna call Walmart tomorrow.
you haven't called them yet.
You think that's not your priority? Like a week after launch, you didn't receive it? Like you didn't think to call,
It's
right?
been a month and a half, guy. Like what?
Dude, I never look at that MasterCard. Once in a while, I look at it and I was like, what the hell is $500 chart? $427. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I never looked at it. So I saw it the other day. And I was like, wait a second, that's the Xbox that I never received.
You don't think
Are you
it
sure?
was
Did you
delivered
pick,
and
like?
was
Did you
taken?
do the pickup store option? Maybe it's sitting in the store waiting for you.
Oh, that might be. No, I don't think so. It said delivery. So it was going to be
Oh.
delivered to my house. Yeah. Maybe it is. I have no idea because
Somebody's playing your Xbox then.
I don't even have an email like a Walmart email. I bought it from the site. I never got an email. Nothing. I have no idea what's going on.
Well, how are you
Anyways,
gonna
that's
prove that you
that's my
bought it
problem.
though? If you don't have any.
The transaction. All I can do is show them this transaction on the MasterCard and be like, what the hell? I don't know.
Shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That sounds like it's gonna be
I
a
would have gotten
fucking-
screenshots of that when I purchased
Oh,
them.
dude, I'm not worried. Like, it's going to be reversed. If Walmart doesn't do it, then I'll just call the Visa company and I'll say, this is fraud and I didn't get it.
Yep.
They'll reverse it.
Yep.
It'll
That's
get
true.
fixed eventually. Don't worry. It'll get fixed eventually.
I can go to sleep tonight. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't want to worry you too much, right? Anything else? Well, we're talking
Xbox.
PS5, but does anybody even own it? Do any of us own a PS5?
No.
There he is.
There he is, right
There
there.
he is.
Oh no,
What do you
sorry,
think,
you,
Ernest?
can't see it. I'm doing this. was out
Oh,
there
okay, I
browsing.
get it. No, wait, you didn't. I thought you got one. You didn't get one?
No, I was gonna go and get one, but after hearing all the disaster stories and everything, I'm like, I'm gonna wait. There's
But
no point.
even right from the get go, the PS5 thing was a shit show.
Mhm.
Like it was being dropped to order it like all over the place. Every almost company had a different release time.
Yeah.
A person I work with, he was trying to get one, and luckily at like 2:30 a.m., Amazon all of a sudden put them out, and he got one. And I think by 3 a.m., he kind of kept looking like, you get excited, you want to see. 3 a.m. it was already sold out. So whoever the hell was up from 2:30 to 3 a.m. back then got one. Like there, you know what I mean? Like,
Bots,
All those
man.
scalpers.
and again, their whole entire pre-order launch process, not to swear, but it was a shit show. At least I will agree. Same thing with the Xbox. Like they said, hey, we're doing it at this date. Everybody's at the same time. And again, it gave us, as we talked about earlier in the podcast, a plan. Like we could come up with a plan. Okay, you're online, you're this. Let's see what stores where it just seemed.
Sorry, the
voice.
I got distracted. The OBS disconnected for a second. So, but it's fine now.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there's nothing really enticing about the PS5. I mean, Spider-Man I want to try, but I don't know. I'm not really that interested in buying a whole system for that one game. People are talking about the controller being like next level. You'll never be able to use another controller again because of this freaking controller, apparently. And I'm like, I don't know about that, but
Dude, I went over to my cousin's house, who's very rich, right? And I stumbled over a PS5. I was like, holy shit, you have a PS5? You guys have it hooked up? And they're like, no, we have the other one hooked up. I was like, what? They have two PS5s? And I ran to their room to play it. And I got to tell you, dude, that controller is freaking awesome, dude. That controller and the rumble and the definition, the way that he uses the triggers is awesome. And I played Astro's Playroom, and man, it's such a simple game, and it's more about nostalgia of PlayStation and like the history, and it's just running around and collecting coins. It's not a big deal, but it really showcases what they can do with the controller, and the controller is like a big deal, I think. And I think the main draw of the system. I don't think it does anything else particularly well. But I think it really kicks ass with the controller, and that's like when they talk about generational, like we have this awesome convenience of like me being able to play on my Series X or my Xbox One X in my living room and having like 8 controllers and they work across the board, and that's great. But then the downside is that when you have generational gaps and you have definitive generational like definitive points where you go, okay, everything stops here and everything starts, and you can go crazy with the hardware and the controller and whatnot, right? That I think is the only downside to the play that Microsoft went with, which is like iterative going forward, trying to keep everything backwards compatible and moving everything forward and just going with the raw power. But they nailed it with the power though, because it is a really, really powerful box.
I mean, I get the controller love and everything because I mean, I'm curious to try it, because I've never tried. People are talking about it like it's it feels different, but like I know myself and I know after a bit, it's like it's a gimmick, right? And I'm gonna turn all those features off anyway.
I'm telling you, dude, I thought it was gonna be a gimmick too, and I picked up that controller and I was like, what the fuck? The triggers are like pushing back at you. And
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
crazy.
It's like,
and I know what you're gonna say. I don't want I'm playing Fortnite and I don't want to be able to get stuck. You can turn it off for competitive games,
I
dude.
think only you are gonna say that.
yeah, that's exactly. We don't play
Okay.
Fortnite.
Because the only reason I said Fortnite is because
It's
they
easy,
use
the
it-
Roblox king.
they use it the most. Hey, dude, I gotta play whatever whatever my kid plays.
Yeah.
So I'll play whatever
Yeah.
she plays, and I'll be happy to play whatever she plays.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Okay, look, I know what you're saying. You're very competitive. You want to play Warzone, right? Call of Duty, right? You
Okay.
turn it off for that competitive shit.
Okay.
I'm just talking like you're in a single player game and you're like really into the immersion. It really, really adds to it.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
other than that, fuck Sony, man. They really screwed up on a lot of other stuff. Very anti-consumer. And I hate that I can only play Spider-Man on a PlayStation. Because to me, I'm such a huge Spider-Man fan that if I had the money to spend, to throw away, I would buy a PS5 just for Spider-Man. If I had the money to throw away, right?
Yep.
I would buy the system just for Miles Morales, and I would replay. So I played Spider-Man. It's the only game I platinum on the PS4. Like none of that stuff counts, right? You can't bring your saves over. I'm sure they fixed it. But then they released a remaster version with a new trophy system. They're like, do it again. And I'm like, I would totally do it again. I would play the whole game again. That's how good that game is. And then go in and play Miles Morales. I cannot wait to eventually get my hands on it. But I don't want to give them money. I don't want to give them money. So I would only give them money if it was something that I could throw away, and like I don't have any money I could just throw away, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people will say like, "Why'd you buy a Series X?" And I'll be like, "I kind of wanted 2 Xboxes, right? One for the living room and one for here." So
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I'm sorry, I don't want to take over the podcast. Do you guys want to talk about something else?
No, I was gonna say like I want to get God of War, whatever the next God of War is, and that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna enjoy whatever features. So because I know Sony's going to be the one that usually is going to put all those features in for their games, right, for the controller. But I don't see
No one
third
else will
parties.
take advantage of it.
Yeah,
No,
so
I get it.
I'll be fine with the first parties on PS5, but only until it
And
stops burning up the house or anything like that, you know.
To be honest, a lot of people have said that like it's not well implemented for the Spider-Man games, anyways. It doesn't really take advantage of it. So there you go.
We can get it for PS4. Apparently,
You can?
Yeah,
I don't have a PS4 anymore, so
yeah. The
Oh yeah, you got rid of it. You sold it, remember?
I sold it.
Yeah.
oh
Like
yeah,
$200
shit.
bucks. But it was like an old PS4. Like
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
even surprised that I got $200 for it.
Not
right?
the Pro. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well-
yeah, so you love it. I like I have no PS4.
No, but can't you find a cheap PS4 Pro somewhere? Like I'm sure your skills
They're
of
not cheap,
finding
dude.
these
I checked
things.
on Kijiji. They're like people are selling a PS4 Pro for like $400. I'm not paying $400 for one fucking game.
Come on,
even
you know
though
you could
I-
haggle them down to like fucking 12 cents. You know you
You
could do
wish,
that.
guy.
shit.
You
Come on.
wish.
You'd be like,
love
hey, I'll give you $200 for it, and then you'll get it.
I have the 3-4 definitive games on the PS4. The only ones really worth playing, except for what was it? No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
Actually, it's
No thanks,
I know
guy.
you guys don't want to hear
no,
me.
no, no. It's a full package. It's a full package now.
No, I'm saying that it's a way different game
Yeah,
than when it
it's
launched.
totally.
It's
That
totally
game is
different now.
totally. It's a different game. It's not the same game. Like it's a totally different game now. Like you can do so much more stuff than what it was at launch, which is sad that that's what you had at launch. But yeah, No Man's Sky is totally different. I would agree with that. Yeah.
And maybe Cyberpunk will end up being the same, right? But the thing is, with No Man's Sky, we had to wait like a year, or maybe even more, for it to really, really, get to its full potential. And I'm just scared that we're gonna have the same thing with Cyberpunk. You guys want to talk Mandalorian?
So
hold on.
No, hang on. I was
No?
gonna say because
Leave it
we
for
were kind
later.
of doing the 2020 talk still. Like
Yeah.
what big thing.
Okay.
I think the second big thing, which is also there was a question in the chat from Grant Gill, which is also
We have a
pretty good.
chat?
On the YouTube.
There's a question in the chat. What?
Yeah. So, and I think this is pretty big news and a really interesting news, and I think it can work towards going towards Mandalorian with Disney.
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian.
Yeah, Disney.
Mandalorian.
Was that?
Mandalorian.
Oh, hang on, I can't find it. Okay. It was pretty much with the Warner Brothers announcement. Obviously, we're coming up to it. Christmas is a few days away now. With Warner Brothers finally saying, "Hey, we're putting, Wonder Woman 1984 on HBO Max."
Okay.
Question in the chat is, well, where do you think this is going to go, and what do you think will be the history now or the future of movie theaters with what HBO Max and Warner Brothers has announced? And I'll even take his question, which is a great question, to the next step forward, looking at just last week what Disney Plus announced with, I think, one movie on the Disney on the investors call.
Mhm.
Everything else was a Disney Plus show. They only announced one movie. So it is
Well, no,
I like
it's a
that
couple of
question.
movies.
And I think it's very telling of 2020 is where do you guys feel is the future of a movie going experience?
Where does cinema stand going
Where
forward?
the cinema, where do movie theaters now stand going forward? I mean, you're looking at, even then we're still going to be sitting through, I would imagine, 2021, maybe summertime, maybe they might kind of hit the theaters, but will theaters make that money? Will people still be
Will
in
theaters still
confidence?
be there,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Aren't theaters
like,
very
the
close to
amount-
dying?
the amount
AMC's
that-
gone.
Yeah.
AMC's gone.
I think that experience will always be there. It's just the reality of it is I think you'll start seeing a lot of theaters close down though. Like so in as an example, if Toronto had 50 theaters, they'll probably drop down to 25 realistically. The thing is that what was happening before all this, I mean, COVID was really like one of the last nails in the coffin per se, right? But the reality is it's becoming very expensive for families to go and watch movies. That's the reality of it. When you could just sit down and have yourself 2 streaming services and get so much more entertainment out of it on a Friday night, Saturday with your family, it's just not. It's not a. It's a system that needs a rethinking, a rehaul. I know CNET in Canada got Scotiabank got ahead of it with that program that they have, and I've caught a lot of free movies with it. I am avid movie theater kind of guy that I even went to the theater before it closed twice. Just because, just in case it wasn't going to come back in my area.
Oh wow!
Experienced that the last couple of times.
Yeah.
So I will always be there when things get in better and you're able to return. But I don't think those people that would go to see 1 to 2 movies would ever even bother returning to the theater, really.
And so I was gonna say, do you think this is the future now that again Warner Brothers has released its whole slate will be released?
I fucking hope
Yeah.
not.
Like
hope that's not the
but they're
future.
doing it the same. Like it's gonna be released online and in the theaters. So instead of the traditional 52 weeks in the theaters,
Yeah.
then you get a Blu-ray release, then it goes on to streaming services, right?
Yeah.
Now that
And
they're
that's what I mean. Like, with
Okay,
Yasser.
You know what? I thought it was all digital. I didn't think it was. Okay, that's awesome. I didn't know that it was also a theatrical
Yes.
release
No,
as
the
well.
theater's still there.
Okay, that's
It's
awesome.
still in the
I thought that they
theaters.
said like, fuck it, everything we have for 2021, we're just gonna put on the streaming. Then I was like, what the fuck, dude? There are all these people that work so hard to make certain amounts of money, and they're relying on certain amounts of money to be coming in. They've just totally fucked all those people. Like Wonder Woman 84. Like imagine
You're
how
talking
much
about
money it took
producers.
to make. And that's the other thing. Like I want that movie to do well. Like I want that movie to come out and make $1 billion. And I think it's capable of making a lot of money based on all of the previous DC movies, all of the hype going into HBO Max with Snyder's cut, right? All of the hype of just the movie itself, 84. Like everybody wants to see it. And for me to see like to not go there on the first day with my friends, it sucks. You know what I'm saying? And I have a feeling like they released Mulan. 1 second. They released Mulan, and I think it failed. I think they didn't make as much money as they wanted to, but they can't show, right, that they lost or like that they didn't make as much as they wanted to because they want people to have confidence that they can make it on the streaming service, right, to get more shows get made and be put onto the service. So it's a very thin, fine line, you know.
I also feel like they put the wrong movie to push that narrative. I think they put what is it? They put the horses and the wagon. What's it
The
called?
horse before the wagon before the horse.
Or they backed the wrong horse or the hell.
Oh, there you go.
Because the reality is Mulan has never been a humongous top 3 cartoon for Disney. You know what I mean? Property. So for them to go and do a more of a realistic take on it. The audience even there starts dwindling even more, right? And on top of that, throw COVID, and that thing had no chance.
No, dude, we are old. You don't get it, dude. There is a huge movement of younger people that grew up with the cartoon. Like I didn't grow up with the cartoon. I think there are people that like love the cartoon that will go and see the remake. I think they fuck up with each remake because they keep making them further away from the original. Aladdin.
That was not Aladdin.
Will Smith, like the
That was
genie's
not
not
Aladdin.
supposed to be interested in hooking up. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
But it was an entertaining film.
Absolutely.
Like you see the
And
trailer, you're like,
I've-
oh, interesting. That looks interesting.
Dude, I watch it to this day with my kids on Disney Plus, especially
But-
that Prince Ali, the song where he tells the Sultan to drop the beat.
Oh, jeez, don't even. That was pissed
It's
me off.
good, dude. It's good.
And the
I
song, Jasmine's song after that's no.
that was a little,
terrible.
yeah, that was a little.
Going back to Grant's question, just curious, and so like now we're molding like the audience to get like they're getting used to this experience of like getting the best stuff, top tier stuff on every Friday or Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting TV shows with the quality that matches and sometimes even surpasses film. So when you're getting that experience at home, why go out? You know, it's I mean, I will still go out no matter what, but it's for that audience that like, doesn't have that flexibility with money, and it's a hard decision to go back.
Well, and I think
Experience, right?
And there's a lot of people, again, you see when we used to go to theaters, you'd have to throw up the stuff. Hey, don't be on your cell phone. Don't be talking. Don't be doing this. It's a very interesting thing. You know what I mean? And like we've always said, you kind of go on that opening day because you have kind of the people that really want to see it and they're going to respect everybody in the theater because they're there, right? When you get into the next weekends, that's when, oh yeah, let's go see it, but they're still kind of very selfish. They'll be on their phones because they don't really care to be there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
And again, I mean, for us, like, it's interesting because I'm like, yeah, I mean, as much as it's the movie, it's more about, is it more about seeing it with you guys and then talking about it after? Can we still do that? Like, okay, hey, I got the movie. Let's have, everybody come to my house and watch it. With our TVs now, they
can't be doing that. Can't invite people
right now, but like
right
he's
now.
talking about maybe.
No. I don't mean COVID. I just meant in general when you rent something. There's always a limitation. You're agreeing to see it within your household, not inviting other people.
Wink,
Don't
wink.
break the rules.
Okay.
Come on.
But say, okay, then can I just take $20 from each of you and then invite you over? Is that cool?
You're worse. That's even worse.
Yeah, what the
Copyright
fuck?
strike. All eyes on you now, Glenn.
Yeah, I hear you. But hey, man, I'm just excited that the last movie, if ever this is the last movie I've ever seen in theater, it was Birds of Prey. I'm quite happy with that. Birds of Prey was the #1 money-making movie of the year. You can't beat this stuff. Give it an
Oscar. We never know. Oscar win.
Maybe 2. That's 2 for DC. Let's go.
That's curious. What's the last movie you guys saw in theaters?
Oh,
Jeez, I don't even remember, man.
I don't remember. Endgame?
I don't.
Endgame.
Yeah, maybe.
Endgame.
I don't know.
No way. Endgame. No way.
Yeah,
Really?
I can't remember seeing
Endgame would have
anything
been
else.
this summer, right?
Yeah.
What came
Yeah.
out during the winter last year and or Christmas last year? I don't
Oh,
remember.
I did that Frozen 2, did that come out after Endgame?
It did.
Yeah,
It did,
I
yeah.
saw that in the
I saw
theater.
that in the theaters too. Yeah. That and Aladdin, I think I saw in the theaters the last.
Yeah, Birds of Prey was released in February.
So it was before, right?
Yeah, I didn't see that
Way
in
before
theaters,
Endgame?
so yeah, it was.
After Endgame.
After Endgame, then it was Birds of Prey, because I definitely saw that in the theaters.
Okay.
Yeah. Did I see it with you guys? I don't remember.
No, I think we all kind of seen it
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was already in Hamilton, so
Yeah.
I went to the local little shitty Rainbow Six Cinema. And you'll be surprised because it looks like a piece of shit from the outside. You go inside, it's leather reclining seats.
Ooh.
Crazy, dude, and huge. And they came in pairs, VIP at normal cinemas.
Yeah.
That was their normal seats were just VIP seats.
Oh.
Crazy. That's nuts.
In Oshawa, the theater I have right beside me, practically in the backyard. That one has all recliners. All recliners. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But just going, not to prolong this too long, but how cool is it to be watching a Wonder Woman on Christmas?
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm going to have my family, I'm going to get to watch it with, 10 people roughly watching
And it takes place in the greatest decade ever.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have the family over. All of
again-
us watching this amazing movie. You know what I mean? It's gonna be great.
all 30
Yeah.
30 of us.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And I mean, we're seeing a lot of it now where I think HBO Max was it 2 weeks ago put out the numbers and kind of since that
It went up.
yeah, like the amount of subscriptions that HBO Max has now is huge. So again, I'm curious on number wise, is that going to make more money than what that movie would have made in the theater based on their subscription count? I'm curious if that works.
No, probably not. But you're looking at the long picture, right? The long game. So you want these subscribers and you want them to stay on.
Yeah.
The whole reason for this whole schedule to be releasing all year long is to keep you on there for every single month. And those numbers, hopefully, according to them, will go
Well,
up.
and that's
Disney grew a lot. When I was making fun of Disney when it first came out, and now it's what, over 50, over 60 million subscribers or something? I don't even know. I forgot.
And after this
No.
investors meeting, I think they shot up even more, right?
And they haven't even touched on the Marvel properties yet, which is about to get released.
well,
it's going to just blow after that, right?
So here's what's crazy about Disney Plus. I think Disney Plus has been, what, 2 years out or 1 year out now?
About a year and a half.
A year and a half, yeah, I think.
So
Something like that,
Disney
yeah.
Plus was to launch, or, you know, we had all these Marvel shows coming for Disney Plus, right? There has yet to be a Marvel show on Disney Plus, yet we've now had 2 seasons of The Mandalorian and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is going on with Marvel and Disney Plus?
Oh, dude, it's because they couldn't release Black Widow. And because all their stuff is dependent on everything else, like they're just stuck, right?
It's all
because
like
it's all
layered.
kind of connected. So if you show something too soon, you ruin something else. It's connected that way. So it's awesome when you have an interconnected world, but then you also get screwed timeline or like schedule-wise because you have to go in a certain pattern. And I think Black Widow really, really screwed them over. Really quick, I got some numbers for you guys.
Nice.
Netflix has 195 million. Prime Video has 150. Tencent has their
hold
own.
up. Did you say Prime Video has 150 subscribers?
150 million.
What?
Yeah. But think about this. Everybody that owns Amazon is
right.
Yeah,
is a
if you,
subscriber.
Okay.
Yeah, you get it for free.
But
right?
there's no way
But
people are
dude,
watching Amazon that much, though.
Think about this. Netflix has 195 million subscribers,
Right.
and Amazon has 150 million customers that just happen to have Prime Video. Right? Just 195 for Netflix just blows my mind. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Tencent has their own streaming service in China with 120 million.
What?
Yeah. And
I never even heard that they had a streaming service.
Well, it's in China.
when you're in a communist country and you get to control what everybody sees.
Yeah, but how is it they have 120? Is it like it's super cheap? Like,
Every
how could
single
everybody
movie is
afford
a Jackie Chan movie. That's it.
Dude, if you're in China
That's all
and
it
they're
is.
like, watch 10-cent video because we're not going to let you watch Netflix or Amazon, you get a lot of subscribers, right? And finally, the Walt Disney Corporation, tiny startup that just started up a couple of years ago, 86.8 million. So they're
Wow.
pretty big if you
They're
consider that they
massive.
launched November of 2019.
That is on the hands of Mando and obviously all the kids, but
And
That's
you don't have
1 year.
You don't have HBO Max numbers, do you? Which just
it's probably around 30 right now. It's probably around 30.
I'll try and find it. For
It's
you.
pretty low, and that's why they did.
Well, it
this
just
initiative.
started, right?
Yeah,
HBO
like,
Max
yeah,
started like a few months ago.
4 or 5 months.
I'm just curious on how. And again, you're looking at all these
They
streaming.
have 38 million right now. Well, as of October 22nd, so it's got to be much higher
So
than that.
closer
right
to
now.
50.
Yeah,
And
it's
how much
probably
is
closer
it?
to
Is
50.
It's $10. Obviously,
No.
is it 10 or cheaper?
It's up. It's more than it's a Netflix level. It's about 17, 18 bucks, I think. Ernest,
it?
you have it.
Yeah, no, I think I paid like $100 for the year.
Well, you maybe did some sort of annual thing. It's cheaper,
Yeah,
but
maybe, yeah.
monthly it's about 15, 16 American or something. It's not cheap.
I thought it was gonna be $10. I thought it was $10. I don't know, maybe.
I tried to sign up for HBO Max right now, and I guess it's not available in Canada, but you can watch HBO through Crave online.
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
So is that how it's going to work for Wonder Woman? Like,
Wonder Woman's gonna be VOD.
It's going to be a video on demand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have
no, I get it, but
HBO
like,
Max,
do I
you
have to get it through Crave, or do I?
No, it's probably gonna show up on Google and all those.
Yeah, like so if you
Oh, yeah?
have Bell, I don't know if any of you guys have Bell, especially there's a movie channel. You would just buy it, like you click it and then it would just play. So it's
Just
not
like old school pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, it's old school pay-per-view. Yeah, that's how Canada's going to be showing it.
Yeah.
It's just
They
called
ju-
VOD.
Yeah. It'll be.
You think it'll be on
everywhere,
Disney
Apple.
Plus?
No.
Obviously not.
Because I have that. Do you think they'll put it on there?
No, they put it out that it's for Canada viewers, it's on a video on demand. Like VOD is its own thing. So you just pay for the video. That's it.
I thought
On
VOD
demand.
meant like, it's a generic term. It'll be on several streaming services.
You have
Yeah,
pay
well,
for
that's
it,
what he
you
means.
have it, and you have it for 24 hours. That's how it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Oh, just like a rental. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Did they say that? I thought it was 42 or 48, but yeah, maybe 24.
Ma-
You have
ma-
a couple
ma-
of days.
Yeah,
You have a
I'm
couple
not
of
sure,
days.
but
to
it
watch
is. It's not on Crave. It's not on Netflix. It's going to be on. Again, if you go Rogers, you go to your video where the movies are, and you have to buy it. Like you have to sit, and it'll be a payment right to your account.
But if you have HBO Max, you can just watch it you can stream it like regular, like it's a regular show on HBO. You don't have to pay extra, right?
Yeah,
No.
but again, we're we don't have HBO Max.
I do.
Are you sure you really don't have to pay for it on HBO Max at all?
No, I think it's just you stream it like a regular like Mandalorian or something.
I think the whole deal. I think the deal is that they get subscribers get it for the first initial 2 to 3 weeks, and then it comes off the service.
Yeah,
So
it's
not always-
limited.
It's not there the whole time. But
Yeah.
hell, you know, if you can't watch a movie in 3 weeks, that's on you.
Yeah.
No, dude, we're only 6 days away. Eh? That's crazy.
I know, nuts.
I can't wait.
Getting
It's
that
really,
DC
really
hype
good.
train again.
You know it, guy. Leading into. Do you think they've added anything extra here and there, like at the end, to connect it or to give a little nod
I
or
don't
nudge
know,
to
I
the
don't know.
Snyder cut? That would
There's
be awesome, right?
By Glenn's look, I'm sure you've been reading stuff online probably.
Glenn knows.
There's
you know?
the only thing there is there's a mid-credit scene.
Okay.
First, kind of like one of the, none of them really had it. This is kind of a big one.
Is it a comedy one or is it like an actual leading into something else one?
Do you
Like,
know
or
what
is
it is? Do you know what it is? Just
Do you
yes
know
or
what
no?
it is?
Yes, I know what it is. Yeah,
Oh, what are you doing, dude? What are you reading?
it's
Hey, he's
I
a real
have-
fan, man.
Oh, I forgot. Hold up. You're the not in the Patty Jenkins camp. I remember.
no. But
Ah, you don't like Petty Jenkins? Why?
Shit.
You're like female directors. Is that what I heard?
Ah.
I'm joking.
no. But this movie has been delayed so much that I ordered so much stuff from the comic shop that I'm like, you know what am I hiding? So I got the little storybook for the girls and they got stuff. So everything you kind of got, that all the materials they released kind of were showing the stuff all the way. I'm still going to watch it, but I'm not in it for like, oh, I want to be surprised. And then
Got
I
it.
just happened, as crazy as enough, on fucking Bleeding Cool, they had spoiler like in the thing.
Yeah.
But on the bottom of it, it had what the mid-credit scene was. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait.
You don't put the title of what your spoiler is in the sub fucking category when you're. I was like, are you kidding me?
Wait. But you saw it said spoiler. You kept reading anyways.
No,
Yeah.
if you go to Bleeding Cool, they have little textiles. So
Okay.
they're like their picture is a giant spoiler sign. The text on the bottom said what it was.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a giant thing.
Stupid.
It says spoiler, and you kept reading below it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
your
that's-
eyes read it. You're like, oh, okay,
No,
what's
no.
the spoiler of? What's the spoiler of? And then you're like,
Oh,
Woman,
okay. So
and then
you,
as I'm reading,
you thought it
like,
was gonna be like a little lead into like it's something's
Yeah.
gonna happen. But why would?
because
That's on you.
What else can they put on there though?
Bleeding
That's
Cool.
on you for hitting www.bleedingcool.com. That's on you.
You should be going to that
Who
website
does
anyway.
that?
They
I
know
don't
what's
think people
going on,
should
man.
go to
They
that
know what's
website in
going
general.
on, don't? They got the inside scoop on. I mean, from our comics, they got the inside scoop of what's been happening before it's being announced. So I'll give it to them for that. But
Well, you
normally
wanted
they-
to see it. You wanted.
normally
to see it.
they
Just
had
say
a
that.
normally they have a spoiler stop sign, and it'll say like the future of DC, and then you'd have to click it to read the spoiler. This was the spoiler stop sign. The sub was Wonder Woman mid-credit scene, blah 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 blah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Wait,
Like,
how long was that sub freaking title?
have you
dude?
never been? You've never been to Bleeding Cool?
No, but I mean, from the example you said, one was like DC something, whatever. It's like a little 1-2 word
You
sentence,
kept reading.
and
Yeah,
then
they-
this one is like it sounds like it's a paragraph, and you just kept reading the paragraph.
no.
Like spoiler,
I don't.
paragraph 1, paragraph 2. You're like, oh, okay.
I don't want to say what it said because
Well,
it'll
no.
ruin the spoiler for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they say it. They say it in it.
Is this still on there? I don't care. I'll read it.
I went on Bleeding Cool. I don't see it on there.
I'm not too sure. You'd have to go check. I'm not too sure.
Fake news, Glenn.
I like how we just advertised Bleeding Cool. By the way, that's great.
Yeah.
Advertised to the hundreds of people not listening.
Yep,
That's
to
right.
the 4 people that just tuned in just now, which is just us.
There's 6.
I don't know why I'm
Oh,
actively
6.
looking
Okay,
for a
sorry. Yeah,
spoiler
that's
now.
good. Well, it's a
So, yeah,
sweet 6
wanna-
days.
Come on, guys! Like the movie should have came out like a year ago. Like if you don't start spoiling yourself,
Hey, Glenn,
now,
Glenn.
the game's about to come out.
Right? You're telling me, right? Yeah, later
I'm
on.
in, yo, man. I'm in Zack Snyder Justice League mode. I'm not trying to
Yeah,
be.
March is looking.
Not trying to be mean to this movie, but the hype was there, and it just was so. It's like you can't keep the hype for this long. Do you know
Was
what I
it-
mean?
was
whose
it
fault-
Cheetah?
But I
Was
mean,
it
whose
Cheetah?
fault is that? No, it's not. Come on, man. How if COVID got involved in that's the only really reason.
No.
No,
It was-
no. You know what the problem is? The director
wanted
doesn't
to
have a
go
penis.
against- They wanted to
That's
go.
the problem. Glenn's biggest problem is the director has a vagina.
No.
Oh, that's why you
No,
spent
no,
3
no,
hours
stop.
on the
No,
cyberpunk penis.
No. Yes. Yeah. Their problem is they wanted to go against Black Widow instead of keep controlling their own thing. This movie would have been out and on Blu-ray before COVID even hit, but because they were like, "Oh no, let's go attack Black Widow. Let's move the movie to that time." It's all their fault, not. It's their kind of. I mean, it's competitiveness, but I'm like, come on, you had this movie ready to go last Christmas, and look
at the situation where we're in now that we're getting it for Christmas, and it's going to lead into Suicide Squad in 3-4 months.
3 years later, we get it for Christmas.
Oh, I cannot wait for Suicide Squad. That sounds
Suicide Squad
awesome.
and the Snyder Cut, baby.
Mm-hmm. March.
And
all on HBO Max. Yeah, that's right.
I think they've been saying that for the Snyder Cut, they're looking at releasing it on IMAX.
Fuck.
Are you serious?
No, on HBO Max, but also in theaters.
I'm in theaters
good.
day one.
I'm in theaters day one.
I am not going to the theater to risk it for Zach.
Just give me some popcorn on the side of COVID.
2 things I'll risk it for. I'll risk COVID for Snyder's Justice League, and I'll risk it for the Suicide Squad. I don't care.
Okay. All right.
And you also risk it to spit on Patty Jenkins' face.
Hey man, you're the one that wasn't excited for a movie being in Star Wars, so
what I don't understand is how Glenn is not excited for a movie that is a DC movie, dude.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's a DC movie.
It's a Wonder Woman
It is a
movie,
sequel to Wonder Woman.
You turning on me, bud?
I'm
the only one's gonna be holding.
You know what? Take that fucking sweater off right now. Yeah. Take that sweater off right now.
What I said is my excitement has just dwindled. I have no like.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that. It's that shit to yourself.
It's what it is. It's been delayed like so many times.
I get it.
Like I was hyped for it, but yeah, I'm just not. I'm like, okay, whenever it comes now. Like it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just because of their greed and wanting to go against Black Widow, said, hey, putting this out, own your own.
Is that the real reason? Or
yes,
I kind of feel like it has something to do with HBO Max. Like
no, it had nothing to do.
Being closer to the launch of the Snyder Cut, nothing like that.
HBO Max wasn't even a thought at that point when they moved the Wonder Woman movie.
Oh, I see Ernest, and it looks like he's doing some research.
Oh no, I'm trying to fix.
I thought you were gonna prove someone wrong.
No, I'm trying to fix something on OBS.
And again, it's so weird because we still have nothing about. I think Black Widow's holding on to see how Wonder Woman's gonna do.
Stupid this one.
Yeah, except they delayed Black Widow. Like they want to put Black Widow out in the theaters for sure, right?
But Black Widow
announcer for Black Widow.
Black Widow is legitimately pushed because of COVID. Wonder Woman was Warner Brothers doing. That was nothing to do with COVID.
Yeah, the original change, Glenn, I agree with you. But after that, it was obvious that Tenet failed, and it was no way they were going to open up in the summer. That's when the decision came for HBO Max down the line.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's one more thing, item, right, and the agenda that we have to discuss.
Oh yeah.
The agenda?
Woo.
Yes. Now we can get to the
that was the lead-in. That was the lead-in question right there. Now we get into it.
Yeah. So
now your excitement's up. Now
the energy's up, eh?
Yeah.
What are we talking about now?
I think we're let Glenn, take the honors, man. Go off.
No, let Yasser. Yasser. The only reason Yasser's here is because he's excited.
True. He wanted to talk about this.
Let's see I want to see how we can build it up. I might overbuild it. Oof.
It's like he's playing the Ocarina of Time.
Copyright infringement right there.
Yep. We just got them monetized. We're canceled.
We just lost 0.02 pennies.
Yeah, we just lost it. Yeah, we were gonna get a penny. We're not getting it anymore. That's it.
Man, let me tell you. You guys know. I'm sure people follow. I've said it. Dave Filoni is my god. That's all I'm saying.
Dude, I've seen you post that picture of I don't know who that guy is. he's doing this big face of Dave Filoni, whatever his name is. What, like, dude, come on, man. Like, I understand though. He's like the protege of George Lucas, right?
Yes.
From what I understand.
Yeah.
He's the one who fell out of his chin, kind of thing. You know?
Can we rewind?
Yes, he came out of the beard.
Yeah, that
Can we rewind a year?
Just came out, and that's.
Can we rewind a year where the state of Glenn?
A year ago,
And his footing and his feelings of Star Wars
a year ago
in the franchise that brought so much joy to him over the years.
That might have been the last movie I saw in theaters, to be honest with you.
That's sickening.
I've never seen someone's soul snatched in person.
Yeah, dude, that
after
was
the last. What was it?
Well, no, let's go back to the Last Jedi first. Let's see what happened.
That's
there.
I'll honestly say I feel that's the thing that broke it. Oh, look at that! Look at this guy. That's it.
Hey, he's behind you.
Yeah.
Give him a kiss, Yas. Give him a kiss. You gotta give him a kiss.
Yeah, I will say, I think, and again, I guess I've told you guys, so this would be my first public announcement of this. I feel Filoni watched what we all watched and thought the same thing. No, this is not how you treat these characters. When you're given the movie, you're the guardians of these characters, right? You kind of continue what you were doing.
Would you imagine? Did you say that he threw his cowboy hat at the TV or whatever he was watching at? He said, "Fuck this."
His lasso, whatever.
Yeah, his lasso.
I'd like to think that he took his hat and he threw it on the ground. And he just stamped on it.
Yeah, he stamped on it. Yeah, pulled out another hat and just put it on. You know, like that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, same thing. I just feel like he, as crazy as it sounds, both of them have kind of coursed Star Wars back to you, just kind of, you know what I mean?
You feel excited for them again.
Yeah, like you've created characters, you put characters in situations, you've given hope to these characters again. I think more importantly, you've treated the characters with respect. You didn't decide, hey, you know what, I want to just, I don't know, like, oh, I'm bored. I want to see him just do shit or do something that's totally out of character. That was that morning, Friday morning, was probably one of the first times in a long time that the internet blew up. Everybody blew up, and it was all on the same positivity. Like, everybody felt good again. And I think it's because you have two guys that are treating it. You have you have a Kevin Feige of the Star Wars universe, and it's Filoni. He is, you know what I mean?
Well, you can't discount Favreau's.
He knows the history of these characters.
Yeah, I was like, Favreau doesn't exist, guys.
Yeah, Favreau's like pretty much he got him in there.
He wrote all the episodes.
No, but Favreau said it himself. He goes to Filoni to make sure this is right.
Nice.
He said it.
I know. I'm just breaking balls.
He's
You know what I mean? Like, I believe
turn off the background.
Favreau was the name Filoni needed to kind of, you know what I mean? They worked together, and by the way, you know, I won't take it away from Favreau either. He really did great with Marvel. He's built that universe into something. They work well together. They're amazing together. I'm not trying to downplay it, but no, and I think Yasser can speak to this, knowing what Filoni was building before he's kind of becoming a name now. We knew what Filoni was building, and all we've seen, what this season 2 did was connect every bridge that Filoni created, that the stuff Yasser, myself, you guys, that Filoni grew up with, that expanded universe, all that stuff, he brought that all back after Disney told us it no longer existed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a really great thing there. Are we going full spoiler?
Yeah. Let's just give a warning saying we're going to spoil the shit out of this thing.
Spoilers.
Yeah. So
my boy's got notes.
Good.
No, I'm just saying, like, the biggest thing, and again, I'll admit, I know you guys seen the videos everywhere. I will fully admit I was bawling, and it wasn't because it was happiness, because the character, I'm gonna cry again now. The character I grew up knowing for 35 years, the man who meets Mary Jade, who rebuilds the Jedi Academy, who was the baddest Jedi Master ever written. Video game came back. Do you know what I mean? Like, that was him, man. That is what 30. Sir, fuck, I'm not doing this here.
I'm
bro. Sorry.
He's choking up.
You're gonna get other people going. Don't start.
That was the character. When I was a little kid, I went outside and played as. Like, oh my God, you know what I mean? And the fact that he has such a respect for that character, I seen that, you know what I mean? I felt it, and I felt him feeling what we've all read for 35 years, you know, taking his history into account. Like, you know what I mean? He's not the somebody who said, fuck it, I don't want to do this anymore. Sure, again, he was somebody who said, you know what, I'm going to take this and I'm going to rebuild it. And the fact, I love that hallway sequence. It was almost the same as Vader in Rogue One, which again, I think is the best Disney movie they've made.
I'm pretty sure it was meant to be like that. I think, you know,
dude, it was just such symmetry to it. And then you add R2 coming into it, not being fucking turned off in a corner for 3 fucking movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like you
dude, I love the idea that Luke turned to R2 and said, wait here, I'm going to clear things, and you just
hop out
I
afterwards.
love the idea that he loves his droid that much like a human being, that he will not put him in danger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was such a, and again, like I said, it was how is it for three episodes gave us all more emotion than 3 fucking movies? And again, I think it's because you watched a story where people cared. Like, they took you on a journey, which is what we want. Like, what it is. I mean, you have the symmetries. Like, you know, kind of Din Djarin is kind of like the Han Solo, the scoundrel out there doing these things on a little mission. He's kind of rescuing to an extent the princess, if you call it that, which is Goiku. You know what I mean? Bringing it, like, his mission has been complete. But again, those last 4 episodes, it was like that. Obviously, the one with Ahsoka, we've all talked about that, kind of brought that together. The second one was bringing everything, putting him on the stones from Qatar, from Knights of the Old Republic. He brought that into it. He took all these things, introducing Thrawn from the books, which were you know, everything was brought in that we knew. Sure, you can change it up a little bit, but it was just great. And again, it made me feel like, you know what I mean? You had the happiness emotion, and then Groiku with Din, like touching the helmet, and again,
Grogu, right?
Grogu,
yeah, sorry. And again, I've told you guys this about Force Awakens. The one thing I hated was, why is Kylo Ren ripping his helmet off every time? He should have kept that helmet on and revealed his face to Han at the end. That would have had, and I've told you guys this, that would have had such a bigger impact. And we words I said is crazy. We seen that with Mandalorian, the impact he had, where he's like, now I'm going to take it off for you, just for you. Do you know what I mean? That was a huge, and again, you know, it just that touching the face, and again, you're like, Jesus, like, how much emotion do you want me to feel? And him even giving the nod, like, it's okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, go on, do what you can. It was beautiful. It was just such a great feeling to have.
There's only 3 living things that have seen his face now, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And Bill Barr.
Well, no, those guys behind him, I'm sure he's not gonna just put it on, right? They've technically, you know.
No, dude, he's facing away from those guys.
Yeah, they're all
behind him.
But he scanned his face into a database that belongs to the Empire now, or whatever you call it.
But those guys are dead. So.
Yeah, but I could upload it to the cloud, to the Azure.
They don't know it's him.
Yeah,
they don't
true.
know it's
His
him.
face is in the cloud now.
They don't know it's the Mandalorian. They just think it's some dude.
Yeah, but it was just, but again, it's not just the last episode. It's been the series of kind of, again, the first series, they were like, we care about the movies. We don't care about this show. Go do whatever you want. You know what I mean?
I'm sorry. I
see that.
I remember this. I don't know if it's a Flash comic or like a cartoon that I saw a long time ago. It was a cartoon where someone takes over the Flash's body, and he's like, I gotta find out who this dude is. And he runs to the mirror,
it's a cartoon.
the mask, and he's like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
It was Lex. It was Lex.
Nobody, right?
It was Lex Luthor. Yeah.
Awesome.
I remember that. That was
sorry to cut you off.
Justice League, I think. Yeah.
I also wanted to say, like, the dependency on visual effects and like movies and stuff. It's amazing how they managed to put so much emotion into this little puppet that was, you know, carried around for like 3 seasons. Sorry,
He walks like
2 seasons.
Yeah.
You know, awkwardly and stuff. But when it came to those key moments, it was a lot more believable and more brought you more in than any CG character could ever do.
Yeah.
It's small little details that the show did and took the right decision to do that. You know what I mean?
And again, I always said, I think that was always the magic of the first Star Wars is George Lucas was very big. And again, Filoni's brought that. Filoni and Favreau talked about that too. Is practical effects. I want, which is weird because he turned around and went crazy on the prequels. But he always said, I want you to touch this. I want to be able to, you know what I mean? Like,
well, that's why they built that dome, right? That video wall that you could interact with and stuff, and it's awesome, dude. Like,
especially this season, it's just wild what they did this season with the camera work, with the budget, with the effects, with the puppetry.
Except for the Boba Fett Rodriguez.
That Rodriguez episode.
The episode was a little,
like
GoPro cameras. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
it was shot so badly.
Nothing like Fat Bubba.
yeah. Hey, that was a badass shot, though.
Are you guys talking about the episode that he gets his armor?
Yes.
Yeah. But like, why is he looks horrible in that episode? And then I thought he looked awesome in the next episode.
Because it was shot properly.
The lighting. You know what I mean? Like
you don't shoot. You don't shoot.
His armor was like coming apart. Flaps and coming apart.
Well, he got a belt. Like in the other ones, he's got a belt now. So it's not just, hey, I put the chest plate and that's it. Now he's wearing a belt. He's got a little bit more to it.
The actor's probably sweating under that helmet because he's trying to hold in his stomach, he's passing out. That's why he wasn't there for the whole episode.
I can just see the taco truck pull into the side of the set, and Rodriguez just like, fuck, it's gonna get cold. Okay, let's do it. One take. Let's go. Everything one take.
He couldn't stop the production. He
brutal.
had to run.
Brutal, like lighting nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. Or it's I don't know if you guys have listened to Kevin Smith talk on some of his stuff, but he told a story about when he how he's directed some of the CW Flash episodes, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he was kind of he told a fun story about they were filming, but he wanted to get the crew something, and they're up here in Vancouver. So I think he ran to Tim Hortons and he was getting the crew donuts and stuff. But he left them filming. He goes, they know what they're doing. The director leaves to go get everybody's stuff, and he comes back and he's like, yeah, they did okay with that take. And I was like, dude, it's kind of.
You wonder why Hollywood won't trust him with big budget.
The thing is, it's the Flash, so.
But again, they all know. but
I'm sure. Look, if they had a brick tied to a rope, it's just the same thing,
Yeah,
just as good.
And that's what he said.
Flash episodes ever, guy.
They all know what they're doing. They've done that show for so long. They know what they're doing.
For sure.
But it was just a funny story. So that's what you're thinking about. He's like, keep filming. And they go, is this a good shot? We don't know. Just keep filming.
So basically that's what the episode was with Boba Fett.
Yeah. Are we gonna go scene by scene?
Oh, Glenn, Glenn wants to do that.
I'll let you go, Yas.
I got no notes. I'm going from memory. So
yeah, go for it. I was emotional already, so you can let me.
The way that it jumps right into the chase, right away, they're shooting at the doctor, they've already gotten to the what is he called? A clone engineer, right?
Yeah.
Which we already.
Did they have to make Can I just say something? Did they have to make those two guys driving that be such assholes? Well, the one guy.
I wanted to say that too. Because he was like, you're not in your lab. Why don't you shut the hell up?
Yeah, it's
and I was like,
this ain't your laboratory. It's like, dude,
at first I was like, but I was like, they've showed everybody in the Empire like this. Everybody, every Imperial trooper is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is gonna sound weird, but I find this quote unquote scum of the universe to be kind of different ethnicities. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I find that the Empire is mostly white.
Yeah,
the stormtroopers are mostly white.
Yeah.
And then Din Djarin is Spanish, Mexican, And then what's her face, Cara Dune?
I think he's hey Yas, I think he's a Mandalorian.
Oh right.
Who?
Din Djarin.
He's not Mandalorian.
Yeah.
No,
he's not Mandalorian.
He's a foundling.
He's a foundling.
So he's technically in a death cult.
Who?
Din Djarin.
Yeah, he's a
Mandalorian.
No, he's not technically a Mandalorian. He's a foundling, right?
Oh, hey, did you guys know that actor with Ming he was also from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
What actor?
The pilot of the Tidarian, in that first opening scene.
The guy that gets shot in the back?
No, the guy that grabs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was they talked about it. It was like a huge Agents of the Shield reunition. They reunited and stuff like that.
I don't even remember that guy. I don't even think that guy was important in Agents of Shield.
No, I don't think so either.
Extra
I felt
number
the way
3.
he delivered his asshole lines though
Yo.
was pretty
Yeah.
on point. And dude,
I
did
see
you notice
that
when he like
here.
shot the other guy and the other guy was like, and he fell over? That was
It
like
looked like he got
such
shot.
a weird
Ah!
death.
Like it just,
But
yeah,
Like it just seemed like he just got hurt.
yeah, it
but
just seemed like
he's dead,
What the
right?
fuck was that? Yeah.
But
Exactly
even
what I want.
still, those are great lines. Like, hey, I was there when your
Oh,
planet
so
died.
good.
And he's like, well, which one were you on? Like, I was like, that's
Dude,
like,
that was sniping back and forth.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. And
Yeah.
you know what else I loved? How he was like shit talking Alderaan, and I was looking at Cara Dune, and I'm like, in her head, she's calculating bullet drop. You know what I'm saying?
already knows
She's
what
like,
he's
I
gonna
don't give a
get.
shit what you're doing. I'm just trying to calculate where your eyeball is.
but again, it's so funny to bring it back to Kevin Smith is while he's talking, it's totally like they're almost doing this as an homage to Clerks, right? Like when he's talking,
Yes.
that
yes.
guy literally talks about, do you know how many people died on that Death Star from you and your little troop blowing it up? Like, I was like, yo, that's almost feels like it's an homage. Like, we're going to throw this in there for Kevin Smith because of Clerks, right?
Ernest and Gabe, do you remember Clerks at all? The
I
movie
don't
Clerks?
remember that. I've seen it like once a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So in Clerks, Randall, who's one of the cashiers, he talks about how think about all the innocent people that died on the Death Star. Lots of contractors, lawyers, people that were just putting in pipes and
I remember that
like
speech,
electricians and shit.
Yeah.
You know, that's millions and millions of people just doing their job, just gone, right?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The worst was when he was like, "We blew up your planet and we fucking applauded. It was great.
Yeah.
A small price to pay to rid the universe of terrorism."
Yeah, it's just like boom, done. Yeah.
That was great. That was so satisfying. That was so
Yeah.
satisfying. And then you know what else is funny? So I was like, I think I might jumping ahead just really quick. So when no, you know what? No, forget it. We'll talk about it when we get to there. Go ahead. You want to go to next scene?
So after that, right? What happens after that?
They get clearance. They're trying to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
clearance
yeah.
and make it.
They-
They stage it so they're getting chased by the slave.
And I love that. I
No,
love
wait,
that slave.
No. What
slave
about
one.
the shot? What about the where they go and they get Bo-Katan? Remember?
Hold on a second.
And then fucking
Yeah,
Oh,
all they
right.
did was, they
Boba Fett
captured.
gets suplexed through a table.
Oh,
Yeah, that was the tornado.
awesome.
Sasha does the tornado DDT on Bubba Fett. That
She's
was
pretty cool.
That
badass,
was
man.
so good. And dude, the lines. You know what? This episode is all about the lines. And the line when Bo-Katan says,
Oh, you're gonna
when
say
Boba
it.
Fett says something, and she's like, "Wait a second, you're not Mandalorian. I've heard that voice 1,000 times.
Right,
You're
yeah.
a clone."
Dude,
Right?
that's
Yeah,
like
that was cool.
And you know
The
what?
amount of-
You know what I bet is super annoying for Boba Fett? That he has to be like, "Yeah, I guess I'm a clone, but I'm like a little different. Like I don't know, like I grow like a normal person." Like, does he have to say that every time someone's like,
grow
"I
like a
recognize
normal
that voice"?
person.
I'm an all now,
Yeah.
like he says in Attack of the Clones. Hey, my dad only wanted one thing, an unaltered clone. That's me.
That's me. I'm his son.
unaltered. Yeah.
Hold on.
And you know what else I love? I love the fact that you can now use the actor who plays Boba Fett for. You want old Rex in live action? We got old Rex, baby. You want
Yep.
old troopers? We got old troopers. You want goddamn Jango Fett's head in a jar? We got that ready to go, baby, because we got the actor ready to go. It's great.
Yeah.
That guy's gonna be paid till the end of time. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
he's found a gig forever. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. He's everything now, especially that he's now. I'm
Now
not
with
trying
all
to be-
these with all these shows that are going to be venturing off into different areas, you're bound to see clones at some point, like back again.
It's actually super exciting.
Yeah.
And what's ironic is now with like he's delving more into the extended universe, but we're excited about what he can do with what's already existing. You know, it's crazy. Lots of positive stuff going forward. Oh, I forgot to mention because Glenn is going to give me shit about this later. When he's holding the gun to the clone engineer and he calls out Cara Dune's tear
Yeah.
because that commemorates the victims of Alderaan. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, that's got to be something Glenn knows about. That's got to be something that's already in there that Glenn knows about. And now I'm going to start looking for that Alderaan tattoo all the time. That prison teardrop tattoo. That means that you
prison
murdered
hats.
someone.
Yeah. No, that's new. That's like a new thing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It was good.
And what else? So that went. So Boba Fett really gets put in his place, eh? Suplex.
Like a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of refreshing that he's not portrayed as this like unbeatable force, right?
Yeah.
Like he's still
But he's
is
still a kick-ass character.
He's
like,
kick-ass, but he's still a dude with limits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Beskar is like the god mode of the Star Wars universe. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is though.
You know?
But
If you have Beskar, like
It's
why do you want
adamantium,
a
basically.
lightsaber or anything? Just get Beskar, right?
Yeah.
Like lightsabers don't even cut through Beskar.
yeah, lasers, nothing gets through.
Nothing.
Yeah.
God mode. Like when Din Djarin was taking on that Death Trooper, who, by the way, I didn't know. I thought Death Troopers were like just normal dudes. No, I thought Death Troopers were always droids, right? But it turns out that it's an evolution. Like they started off as humans, right?
Yeah.
And they took
That's,
out like the
death. When you get to the death or dark troopers, however you want to call them, those are phase 4 of the whole program, right? Which again, and again, if you guys remember Dark Forces, the game, that's kind of where those troopers are from, where we introduced that they're part of phase 4. And again, he says it with phase 4 is they've kind of gone back to the battle trooper thing where we just got rid of the human element. So now we just control them manually, which is kind of what the battle droids were, but these are more more ruthless, if that makes sense. But
when they sucked all the battle droids out, I was like, yeah. And then later when they came back, I was like, oh, wait a second, yeah, they're still functional. They're just in space.
Yeah.
So they didn't do anything, right? They just kind of delayed them. Oh, I was watching it with my wife, and she's like, oh, when those robots come out, they're going to fuck things up. And I was like, they don't got the budget for those robots to come out of that room. They're not coming out of the room. Maybe one gets out of the room, but not all of them.
Yeah,
but I was wrong on both accounts because they end up like using a lot of robot CG footage. By the way, when Luke crushes that last robot, I swear to God, I thought that robot was like begging for his life. You can see it in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like, my God. And the detail of the crushing with the wires, I thought it was awesome. Every robot he takes out, I watched over and over again.
Well, I've watched it, and again, knowing, I'm sure you guys from reading the books and stuff like that, it was incredible to watch that sequence. And I've watched that sequence like 5 times, and you start to see it like where he goes form 2, right? Like he's using form 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi's form. And then in the middle, he's using form 3, which is Yoda's acrobatic form. And then he's jumping to like form 5, which is more defensive. Like the amount, like, again, so excited to see how a Jedi Master, he's using all the forms, the Jedi fighting form, the Jedi fighting forms in one battle sequence. Like he's taken everybody's form, which is incredible. Like to see, even to the point where he's using Anakin's when they shoot him and he does the back.
Hey, been to the show.
Like it was just awesome.
Yep. So Anthony jumped on.
Ghost of Christmas.
Is my audio all kind of fucked up though?
No, it sounds good now.
No, we can hear you.
Okay, because everything sounds like super garbled on my end, like shit's pausing, and Ernest is green.
Yeah, don't worry about
It's
that.
okay. He's normal on the screen though.
Yeah.
He's normal on the screen.
But
Glenn, let me ask you something.
Yep.
If Luke loves R2 so much, and R2 is a droid, right? And he loves R2, he has a lot of emotion for him. Would killing this, you said they're Dark Troopers, right? Would killing the Dark Troopers be like, he slowly killed some of those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
there's got to be a point where he's like, yeah, these guys, like, if I love R2 and he's a droid, then these guys kind of like are maybe sentient beings, and I'm like kind of killing each one of these guys as well, right? Not the same love for those guys.
This isn't Solo and L7. Don't even worry about that shit. No.
Hey, yeah, sorry, just to jump in. What you were saying earlier with you not sure about having the budget to have all those droids come out of that room.
Yeah.
I think all the budget went there instead of Luke's face.
Oh.
The thing is, I was so happy to see it. Yes, you can tell it's not.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way.
To see it, I got.
I'm like, holy shit, it's him.
It's him.
It was
It pulled me away though a bit, but I'm still happy that they put him in there just for that
a moment. Okay, so when when the X-wing shows up, didn't know who it was. When he boards, didn't know who it was. When the green lightsaber comes out, I was like, it's Luke.
Yeah.
That's the moment that I knew. But here's the thing. I didn't know you were going to get CG Luke until he actually revealed himself. You know what I thought? I thought that they were going to get like Sebastian Shaw to be a young Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I thought that would
like there's a big
secret thing.
Sebastian
right?
Stan.
He looks like him, right? Yeah, sorry, Sebastian Stan.
Yeah.
I said
Sebastian Shaw.
Shaw. So Stan.
Yeah, that's Sebastian.
I mean, that
Shaw
would have been
is already
wicked.
in Star Wars. He played Anakin. He played Darth Vader in Return of the Jedi. You were good. You got the right name. Yeah.
No, then they should also definitely bring back Sebastian Shaw as well.
Hey, I didn't pay attention to the credits, but did they like have like any kind of
Credit scene?
No. Did it dedicate anything to the guy that originally played Boba Fett?
No, because it was too fast.
Okay.
Like he only died on
okay.
Thursday, so they couldn't do anything fast.
Oh,
enough.
okay. So that was like okay.
Yeah.
Timeline wise, couldn't do it. Okay.
Yeah. No, like Yasser, I kind of thought when she goes, oh, it's an X-Wing. I thought because they've used that X-Wing pilot in 2 different episodes, and this was the finale, I thought it was that guy coming in. And the same thing, I was like, what is this guy going to do? Like,
Kim's convenience guy. Yeah.
And then
I
same
thought
thing.
Boba Fett was going to come back and blow them away with blasters from the ship. I thought he was going to come in and save the day.
Yeah.
But they went in a way better direction.
Yeah, and then even then when he's fighting on the monitor screen, I'm like, is that Ahsoka? Like, I couldn't tell if that was 2 blades, but because it was black and white, it looked like a white beam. And I was like, is that Ahsoka? Like, and again, she lost the second saber, so I was like, okay, she never gets it back. But at first, and then I'm thinking, well, why would she have an X-Wing fighter? That makes no sense. Like, and then even then, and like you were like, the whole time was like, no way. Like, no way.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I've heard nothing that this was going to happen. Like,
how did this not leak? You know?
Yeah, like crazy. Like,
so I was gonna ask actually, Glenn. So how was your reaction to that? So when you saw the TIE fighter come in, or the X-wing, sorry.
X-wing, yeah.
What did you like? What were you thinking when you saw that? Like the
I just like I said, I thought it was that pilot that we seen in 2 separate episodes.
The Kim's convenience.
You thought it was that guy? Dude,
I mean,
I didn't. I was like, what the hell is that guy gonna do?
I thought that too.
That's what I thought myself. I'm like, what is this guy gonna do? Like, that's what I thought, right?
Like, we tailed you, Mando. We have a ticket for you.
I mean, it would make sense, right? Because he was there a couple times in the season, like you said. And maybe it's kind of like I was patrolling and I saw something and he ends up helping out. Would have been cool too, but obviously.
Or it was going to be like, hey, he comes in and then all of a sudden a whole fleet was going to come in or something. Honestly, I didn't.
True, yeah, that could have been it.
Like, I just was like, and again, and we talked before, like when Yoda was sitting on the Seeing Stone, like I knew it was Luke that he reached out to. Like, it was like, it's only going to be Luke. But I was kind of like, okay, if Mark Hamill, you would imagine that there'd be an announcement like, oh, Mark Hamill's going to be in season 3. Like, they would use this as, hey, get excited about season 3. Like, you know what I mean? You would think that there'd be some kind of
but did they even use his voice? Like,
I was gonna say, did he voice himself?
He did?
Because of the
performed by
credits.
It was his voice. They just redid his voice to make him sound younger.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when did it click in, Glenn? What frame? Like, oh my God.
That's what I was wondering. When did you figure it out?
When, like you guys, when he lit the green saber because of the hilt, like it was like it's.
And then the glove.
But you didn't have a thought that it could have been him at all, like before that.
No way. I thought
because I did. I was like, this has to be right.
The only thing you see before that is the black and white monitor, and it's somebody in a cloak fighting. And then because Yoda's ears perk up, I kind of thought it was Ahsoka because he had a little bit of a connection with her, right? Mm-hmm. So I knew it was somebody he knew. And again, these are very quick seconds you're watching this, right?
Yeah. And you're freaking out at the same time, yeah. So
and you're like, and again, I'm in a little disbelief. I'm like, no way. But when the green and you see the top of the hilt, I'm like, that's Luke's lightsaber. And then you see the buckle and the hand.
And his glove.
And then the goosebumps came out.
Yeah, man. And then the whole time
the tears came out, dude.
Yeah, dude. It was like, it was just like everything. You're like sitting there, and I was sitting there. I'm like, no way. Like, is this about to seriously happen? Like, you know what I mean? You're getting so excited, and then just him going through everything, and you're seeing that all happen. It was crazy. It was great. It was
I
awesome.
think Ernest, you're saying like, oh, you really didn't think it was him. Like, I thought that it would be almost too awesome if Luke showed up. Like, it would be too great, and like, it reminds me of all the times that you wish that you're watching Arrow and like you're like it's Ra's al Ghul, but it's not Batman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of like feel like, okay, it's Mandalorian.
It can't be.
It'd be awesome if they get Luke, but it can't be because they can't use him. I honestly thought, this is going to sound crazy, but imagine if out of the X-Wing hopped out a one-armed Mace Windu.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
He's not doing any work right now.
No,
Wait,
when I
he's
saw
doing
the
it in
X-wing,
series.
you know what I thought it was? I thought it was gonna be what do you call this? That Asian guy that was on the other episodes.
Yeah, that's what Glenn thought.
But then when the lightsaber came out, I'm like, no, which Jedi is this? And even when the green saber came out, I'm like, can't be. So I'm like, I wonder who this is gonna be. Even when the glove came out, I'm like, no way, right?
It was slow-mo, guy.
Slow-mo, the green lightsaber, the glove. You're like, nah, it can't be.
It's just denials, guy.
Brand new Jedi.
It would have been fun if at the end of it, it's Boba Fett again. He goes, "I am also Luke Skywalker."
I'm also a Jedi.
While I've been away, I'm also now a Jedi.
The music also was really good. Was well done in that sequence when he's fighting the droids. It's sort of like a somber Return mix or something. I'm not sure what it was. Like a mixture of Mando and Return. Really cool.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not to tip you off that it's Luke.
No, but there was you kind of got the hints of, again. You're thinking of the Twin Sons, his theme song, right? You heard a little tinge of it, and then they'd go into something original, but then a little bit of the Twin Sons would kind of break through, and they'd go back to the original again and stuff like that. Like they didn't go full out Luke's theme, but you heard and again, I only hear it now on like the third viewing. You can catch it. Like they are kind of superly referencing it, but I think it's more just the disbelief that it's, that it was happening. I think was more the kind of cool, the awesomeness about it.
Just the mannerisms of when he takes I know, like you think any actor can take off a hood.
Yeah.
The way he took it off, it felt like that is Luke.
Yeah.
He crossed.
It's kind of that he almost did it in the same way. In Jabba's palace, where he kind of had the same way to do that.
Just awesome
as well.
And it shows you the level of detail and care that they have, right? That they probably went back and said, look, we have shots of Luke doing this. We can just make it look like he did it. Like we have examples, right? So they get Bo-Katan, then they get the little cylinder thing. Which when did they introduce like the cylinder security? That's always been there, right?
The little thing, the key, basically, they use.
Yeah, that little cylinder thing that they stick in, and then.
I've seen the droids use it, right?
Oh
yeah. The droids use it, but I've never seen like they've only started introducing it. I think in the Last Jedi, was that it? Where they go to that gambling planet and they use it. That's kind of the first time I had seen it.
Okay.
Was it not used in The New Hope when Han is where they're rescuing the princess on the Death Star?
I don't know, but they might have used it.
Yeah, I think you see it there, and I think it's in Return of the Jedi too when they're in the bunker. I think you see it.
Oh, in the bunker.
Yeah.
I've only ever seen droids interacting with these holes.
Yeah.
Or RoboCop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what do you guys think about the CGI Luke, though? How was that?
I'm fine with it. It honestly didn't affect me.
You didn't think it might have been like the Battlefront model that they use because they're using
it kind of looks something. It wasn't.
No. Battlefront was not as good. No way. I'll tell you this much: it was better than the one they used in the movie that just came out.
Wait, you mean the Princess Leia one, or?
Yeah, horrible.
Yeah,
when
that was
the
bad.
Visor comes up, it was so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not.
At the same time, when they saw it, I'm like, it's a TV show.
But I
wasn't bothered. Yeah,
I wasn't bothered either.
I was so in the moment that I loved it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like that moment in itself. Like you know that the CG's off, but like you just suspend your disbelief at that point. Where it's
and that's
I accept it. Yeah.
And again, I think that's what it is. Everybody was excited. Now I'm pretty sure now if people go and look for videos, people will start attacking and hating it. But nobody hated it for all of yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's now people watch. Oh, this was horrible CGI. No. But like you guys said, for that moment, everyone watched it. The disbelief and the moment of excitement was there, and you don't see all of that. You know, it's like asking my daughter, "Hey, can you tell the CGI guy from the other guy?" No, she just enjoys it. And I think for all of us and everyone watching it, we just lived in the moment and enjoyed what we were seeing. Yes, it was Luke, but you almost put your own thought of how Luke looked in that aspect. That's kind of how I was. Yeah, when you watch it like a bunch of times, it starts to, you're like, his mouth moves weird when he's talking. But at that time, I didn't think that. I was just the excitement was just built up to a point where I was just so enjoying it, which that's how it should be, right?
I mean, the
Exactly.
tears in your eyes, you couldn't really see the ears.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm like, white and fucking Cheetos all like the meatballs ripping out. Yeah, no, it was wonderful. And now, same thing. A little bit of the future talk. I mean, I'm personally hoping that's all we'll see of Grogu for a long time. I like that this was a story. I like that, you know, Mando's whole entire mission was to get him to a Jedi. He succeeded with that. Yes, he had feelings along the way. Going forward, I kind of hope they don't squeeze this to death. Yes, he's a great character. Yes, he's there forever. Let's get away from that character from now. Maybe return to him in a while when he's had a little bit more training or something. He won't be that cute baby.
Oh, I don't want him, man. I don't want that teenage ugly fucking
pimples and like little whiskers in his face.
Well,
It's when he's the wrinkles start coming in. Like, I don't want that.
But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Like, I would be so satisfied if that's it. If they kind of do the British way of telling things. We told the story, that's it. These characters are kind of gone. We're going to now go in a different direction, tell new stories. Again, I know we haven't even touched on the whole fact that now Din Djarin has the Darksaber, and again with the myth, he now is the true ruler of Mandalore. For the second time, poor Bo-Katan just can't win that thing, eh?
Like that sucked. I mean, so yeah, like that's what I've been hearing rumors that they're now like the next Mandalorian season 3 is going to be about Boba Fett. That's what the book is. It's not a spin-off.
No, that's a spin-off show.
I heard it was. I heard it wasn't a spin-off. It was going to go there, but.
And again, the way you look at this, these all of this stuff has been called chapters, right? They're not episodes. They're purposely calling them chapters. And again, the story of kind of Din Djarin for now is done, right? Now we can move on again to the book of Boba Fett. Like a book, you now can do a couple of chapters with where Boba Fett's going, right?
So we're not getting a proper Mandalorian season 3.
Well, I think he's going to be in it.
But even then, you looked at some of this stuff. Yes, he interacts with everybody, but it's a very interesting thing. Yes, it's called the Mandalorian. I know Bubba's not really. It's a very loose Mandalorian type of thing. Mm-hmm. But again, he still has a connection to the Jar Jar. So maybe the first 2 episodes can deal with Bubba now taking control of the underground world. We know he has a connection, and then we veer off to what the heck's going to happen with Bo-Katan and Mando. Now that, again, like I said, he doesn't want to fight her, but again, it says they've expressed the myth. We still have Moff Gideon that's been captured, that he's an ISC, so he's an Imperial security officer, so he has all the secrets of the, whatever's left of the Empire or what they're trying to build. So there is so many stories in there.
There's the whole clone aspect of it, that they have the blood. They have the blood, they have to continue that story somehow.
Yeah, there's a lot to go on. Again, I like the book of Boba Fett. Now you're kind of getting why they're calling these things chapters. And like I said, when you read a book, you can read a whole chapter of a book that had nothing to do with the main thing, right? So you can kind of go off on these couple little directions and stuff like that.
So it's like a little break, basically, until.
Yeah, and again, if we look at to the Investor Disney Plus meeting this week, where we see, Ahsoka's obviously going to have her own show. So who knows where that's going to lead? If that could lead.
Holy smoke! Ahsoka's going to get her own show.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, she might even now say, hey, maybe I will go to wherever Luke's training. So Grogu might even pop up there. Rangers of the New Republic, I would imagine, is something probably Cara Dune's going to head up, if anything. Again, they can put in a mission for that aspect, right? So that they've dropped a lot of shows where you can still kind of maybe even use maybe Grogu as a linchpin to these different kinds of shows. I don't know. It'll be interesting.
Glenn, are you saying that Mandalorian is the Arrowverse of Star Wars?
I
And
believe.
that we're getting all these like Flash and like, and the quality is gonna start to.
The difference is we got the money, not the CW money. So it's a total.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
They just put everybody in that dome that they built. That's it. That's so.
I can't wait to see some version of the Antimatter standing there. I can't do nothing, guys. Can't do nothing.
Yeah.
It's like 100 feet tall.
Yeah.
In a junkyard. The first place he went, guy. I'm attacking Earth. Let's go to this empty junkyard, guy.
Yeah.
Sorry, and just stand here.
Sorry.
I know
Yeah.
you're
So
hurt.
we.
Star Wars is back, man. Star Wars is back.
Yeah. It's.
We can make fun of Flash. It's okay.
That's all right. No, I like I said, it's exciting. I like obviously I like the Disney Plus aspect of it. I'm fine if they go with this stuff instead of movies. I think I'm more happy with that. And again, I think we were talking as well. Like, I also really like that they dropped this thing weekly instead of a binge watch. I think if this was, hey, here's the whole entire season in one shot. First of all, you wouldn't have people talking about it weekly. I'm even curious if the emotional aspect of this show for the last 3 episodes would have hit, or was it? And now that I look at it that way, I'm curious to know if my enjoyment of Luke Cage season, like the second Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist, if again, now it really feels, sitting back and looking at things, like I'm forcing myself to watch this stuff. I'm not giving myself a nice break to sit back and enjoy it. I'm trying to consume 8 hours, 9 hours, if it's a 120, hours of these shows as quickly as possible before, again, we all live on the internet, before somebody on the internet ruins something. Mm-hmm. And I like The Boys and all that stuff, like how they drop it weekly so you can kind of sit back, enjoy it, and you don't feel like you're being forced to have to watch that next episode, because if you don't, somebody might accidentally say something, be it somewhere. Do you know what I mean? I really like this weekly episode drop. That's my kind of aspect of it.
There's some benefits to that for sure.
Yeah, like I know it's fun to have the whole entire season and do it, but with the day and age of being on the internet, like you're gonna kind of be ruined unless you put a stop or you block all for Daredevil, like block anything concerning with it and try to watch it at your own pace. But yeah, sitting back, I just really feel like some of those shows I was forcing myself to quickly get through, not really enjoying them. So I'm really curious if the back shows that I wasn't really enjoying, if I would really enjoy those now if they were weekly. Just a thought.
I'm surprised that they didn't really have I went on YouTube and I didn't see a bunch of just thumbnails of Luke Skywalker all over the fucking place. Like, you know what I mean? Like after.
Yeah, I actually was thankful when you told me. It's awesome you told me, because I saw it like an hour later or something.
Yeah.
Had I seen it later in the evening, I would have seen a picture.
It would have been somewhere.
But you're right? Because when you told me, I'm like, I was on Twitter just curious.
Yeah, I wanted to see too. Yeah,
if anything, nobody. I think because you were up so early and you caught it so early that the general coast, like the West Coast, hadn't even seen it yet.
Yeah,
so nobody was really talking about it.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
So did you? So they board the ship, and I don't know. Moff Gideon is like, first of all, Mando telegraphs to him, "I'm coming to get you." Yoda Jr. is very important to me.
Yeah,
which is stupid. Which is really stupid.
That was a dumb thing.
And then all of a sudden, this thing happens where this Imperial ship's coming out of nowhere, and it's not listening to orders, and it just wants to ram into us. And he's like, "Send out the TIE fighters. Everything's fine."
Dude, was that scene? Hang on.
Yeah. By the way, yeah. I love that part when Slave One just pretends that it's trying to shoot, it can't shoot it, and when he's like, okay, now it's time for the real shit, and then kills the TIE fighters in 2 seconds without even thinking, and just leaves. I'm like, dude, this guy, oh man, I love that.
This is totally fake.
Yeah.
That whole launch sequence with the TIE fighters was sick.
So cool.
Awesome.
Have movies done that before, when they show the aspect of it racing, getting on the hangar, and then shooting off from their perspective?
The thing is, they've shown TIE fighters leaving Star Destroyers, but they've
Right.
never seen a TIE fighter leave a ship, I feel like, this small. Because
Yeah.
when it comes out, you could tell, like, whoa, it's like it's a normal size TIE fighter, but it's like right in between, like it's taking up the whole space. And
Yeah.
then when it comes out, then you get a real idea of like, this is a pretty small ship.
Yeah. No, that was awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, no, I love that. Yeah, that was such, and again, Moff Gideon knew what was going on, right? Like, he totally got it when he's like, okay, and like you're saying, he probably looks at how can't he hit this ship, but he can nail those 2 TIE fighters in 2 seconds, right? Like, yeah, and again, it's the great writing of this show where Moff Gideon knew what was going on, so he's like, okay, no, he knew to mess up with Bo-Katan because obviously he fought her already and most likely won the saber from her, right? So he's smart as can be. Hey, I'm going to go. This guy will beat me, and it's going to mess them up. And even to the point where...
Glenn, let me ask you what is smarter.
Yeah.
Doing this elaborate plan where you may or may not die, or just leaving. Or just, hey, dude that is in charge of the engine, let's jump right now. Let's go. This is a trap. Or do you think that he was like, wait, the clone engineer is on there. I don't know if this is real. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's how they got through, right?
I think it was probably a whole bunch of things. Like he probably really wasn't too sure who was on that ship.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm sure he knew once they all came out who was on that ship. And then the fact that he knew they were going to go for Grogu. But then again, he's making a deal with them, right? He makes a deal with them. Like, yeah, man, you could take it. I don't really want this.
He didn't make a deal with them.
I just need the blood.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. Like he made a deal. Like Mando was ready to go. Mando didn't care about the Darksaber. He's like, okay, I got Grogu. I'm walking out. See ya. And it's him who attacks him, right?
Yeah.
Like, almost in a way like, okay, hang on a second. So you didn't just come by yourself because I know there's a whole bunch of people shooting up the place and you're down here, right? So it almost feels, and even when you watch him fight, like it goes, and I love that fight with the Beskar, like, you see it heating up and stuff like that.
Wait, do you think that he knew that he could, he thought that he could just kill him right there, or do you think he didn't know about the Beskar armor that
Beskar?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to imagine that he probably knows about the Beskar armor, seeing how obviously he's been on Mandalore to fight or to get all that stuff. I would imagine we'll probably find out his past a little bit. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. And then again, being an Imperial officer, I thought the really cool thing is when he's looking at the monitor and he's like, holy shit, that's Luke. And I think that's why he's like, fuck, this guy's going to kill us all. I'm going to kill myself now. Like, I think him putting that trigger he didn't care about the people around him. He looked at that monitor, and I'm going to say, if you work for the Empire, you know who blew up your desk. You know, hey, the guy with a green saber that, you know what I mean? And you can't see it, but I almost have a feeling that he was going to do that, not because they captured him, but because of who was coming. That's kind of where was feeling it. Like, because he's sitting there the whole time, and he's done all that stuff, and it just feels like, because he looks at the monitor and he's still coming closer, and then he decides, okay, you know what? Like, I'm done.
I also love how they built it up where they had they built up those dark troopers to be so powerful because even the Mandalorian can handle one, and he mentions to him, you had a hard time with one of them.
Yeah.
But then Luke just trashes each and every one of them like so easily, just by going through them. That was so cool, man. Ernest,
that scene where Din Djarin takes on that dark trooper, you know what it reminded me of? In Dragon Ball, when Goku and Vegeta take on Broly. But it's the Broly that comes in, like he comes in pieces. You remember that guy? He would come in pieces.
Which guy?
Anyway, so they fight Broly, right? And he's super powerful. It takes all of their power to finally defeat him. And they're like dead. They're like on the ground.
Super tired,
and then all of a sudden 10 more Brawlies show up. And they're like ready to go, right? And it reminded me of that. Also, when the Dark Troopers are like punching on the thing is so scary. And then when they stop and then they like take out their guns because there's a bigger threat coming, reminded me of, like, remember in the Avengers where all of Thanos' troops stop shooting and they start shooting in the air?
Oh, yeah,
And then Iron Man's like, Friday, what are they shooting at? And he's like, something's coming in the atmosphere. I was like, it had the same feel. And it's almost like
Captain America, Captain what's her face? Captain Marvel.
Well, I'm like Captain Marvel. but it's like it's got the same feel like that build up, like because Marvel movies are all about moments, and I feel like this is all about moments, right? And they're just delivering it.
Yeah.
What a moment.
Formulaic,
Huh?
but yeah,
What
they
a
got
moment,
it down.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. It's Luke, Mr. Skywalker's. All right.
Also, we never talked about like the kick-ass girl squad that did not feel forced. Everybody on that girl squad was a badass, right?
Yes,
and not only that, but you felt that the non-Beskar people were like in real danger, and the non-Beskar people were like really helping each other. You know what I'm saying? When Cara Dune's gun jams,
That was awesome.
and then is her name Rennick?
Fennec.
And Fennec's like, I got you. Goosebumps. That was awesome, dude. That was awesome. And then when she fixes it in the elevator, and then she goes fucking crazy. That was awesome.
Cool. Yeah, that was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
By the way, laser gun jam.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, how the hell does a laser gun jam? There's
I'm
no
assuming
moving
that it's
parts
because
in it.
it's like some kind of a moving turret type weapon that probably had something to do with. Oh, by the way, when Fennec dodges a laser blast, are you kidding me? That's some Jedi shit right there, right? That's crazy.
She pulled some friggin' Jet Li stuff, man, like with a kid.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I like seeing stuff like that, like a mixture.
Awesome, man. She was awesome.
So what would you rate this, Glenn? What would you rate this episode of
He
Mandalorian?
hated it. He thinks it's a 2 out of 10.
It's a 3, at least a high 3 out of 10, right?
I'm gonna give it the gold. It's 15 out of 10.
50. Oh, even past, guy. Wow.
I must watch.
I must watch.
It exceeded. It not only completed the test, it started to enter different questions and go bonus questions. It's a teacher. I didn't think your test was strong enough, so I made a tougher test for myself. And here you go. I'm adding it in my homework now. But like, the whole season, like all of season 2, was just really
super
awesome.
Yeah, that was every
like
single episode.
The first one was with the was a monster takedown kind of episode. Then it was the whole spider creature in the snow was amazing.
Yeah.
When they take over that base, that was abandoned, lava, and then the speeder bikes. Oh,
that was awesome.
It's all good, dude. Every episode has something good.
Again, when we see Boba Fett kind of for the first time, and he has the gappy stick, and he's just taking them out.
Yeah.
Their armor smashing everywhere. I'm like, what? This is badass. This is crazy.
And I was like, why did he even bother wearing the armor then? It's like so useless.
So useless.
Well, that thing's gonna do some damage, but like, it doesn't hold up against blasters either. It doesn't do shit.
And they also show the incompetence of the friggin' troopers too, right? Where the guy was shooting the rock,
trying to shoot the can.
The boulder. Remember that boulder that was coming down? He just kept shooting. Like instead of moving out, just kept going.
I thought that was smart. I thought he was trying to break it apart. It made sense.
At one point,
one of the few times that I was like, that guy was like, I think he had a plan. Oh, the best was when Rennick was running across the ridge line and they're shooting just behind her. That was amazing, guys. That was amazing.
You know, I remember the Bill Burr,
Fennec.
the episode. I really enjoy the part where like they're just about to cross the bridge, and then the troopers come in and they kind of like assist, and then the TIE fighters come in and they drop the bombs.
Dude, wasn't that
to
crazy?
Clear the way.
Yeah.
And then they come in and they're celebrating, and they're celebrating. And kind of feel like,
awesome.
they have their. Yeah, it's like good to see that perspective too. Even though, I mean, they're just trying to survive. Like they're in a planet, just trying to get resources across, and they're getting bombarded by these creatures, right? Like it's just cool.
Which is crazy. Yeah, they made the Empire. We were cheering for the Empire.
Yeah. For
like
a
the
second.
TIE fighters come in, you're like, yes!
I was like, yeah, TIE fighters.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And then for them to be the only squad that made it.
They made it.
And then everybody was like, you guys are badass. You know, that was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
And they did great casting too with that leader. What's his name? The Imperial officer, whatever he was.
He was an asshole. It looked like. I mean, you just want to punch him in the face. Yeah. But I like the Bill Burr and the Mandalorian's like freaking body language in that scene. Like it's so suspicious, man. Like you're standing like, oh fuck, like what the, take it easy. You guys are trying to get in there.
Yeah, it's also like the part where he's like, oh, I have to take off my mask and stuff. It's like, buddy, stop showing your face first of all. Put on the helmet and maybe you don't have to worry about it. And then the last minute, just show your face. This guy's like walking around.
Yeah, that's
saying,
what I was saying.
Walking back in the cap. He's like in the cafeteria in front of the guy's view. Like, I don't know if I should go in there.
Yeah, he stops. He stops in his tracks. And he like looks all
Yeah.
nervous and turns around slowly. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, they should wear a helmet. Fuck. But yeah.
Yeah, just like when they were standing around that door.
Oh,
I'm
Anthony.
Like, can you be more bait?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, there's nobody in the doorway. Wouldn't everybody be looking in the doorway like, are these two guys not going to come in, or what are they doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just like chilling
Yeah.
there, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like two guys like going in and out like ever so little slightly, or like like hesitating, and then finally going up. It's like, come on.
A little pet peeve of that episode actually is too when those creatures are trying to jump on top of the cargo ship, and they're all like come in waves, but yet they only come with knives. Like, there's not one guy that come with a fucking gun. Like, really? Like, and then the scene where like they're all turning on the detonators. We're like, it doesn't matter if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10 detonators. You know what I mean? Lined up. I was like, these guys aren't very smart. Obviously, it's a suicide thing, but it just looks stupid, silly. Anyways.
All right, dudes. Well, I think we're gone. We went like 2 hours and.
Yeah.
Well, I don't count the 30 minutes that we took, preparing. So it's about 2 hours and 30 minutes, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. So.
How do you like? Okay, so wait. Sorry, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
So Mandalorian beats him, right? So he gets the saber, right? And he's like, "I spare your life." Then I love how he goes to the bridge and he's like, "Just fucking take it. I yield. Whatever. Like, I don't give a shit about this thing." I feel like the first 2 seasons have been like Grogu is so entrenched. If he's gone, like, is the next season just about like the lightsaber and like where do we go from here? Glenn should know. He's probably read a lot of the extended universe stuff.
Or the spoilers that are about to happen because he's knee deep into it.
And then also I wanted to ask, do you guys
bleeding
think that
cool
there'll
or
ever be like a time jump?
I think there
And I
will
know
be.
Gabe doesn't want to see acne-filled teenage Grogu. Don't you think at some point Grogu's going to come back in a Luke type way where he's going to save Mandalorian from like like some kind of a threat,
Yeah, but it's gonna be weird for him to. I mean, I'm sure he's gonna talk
It's
like.
going to be weird for him to come as a toddler and save him. Right?
It'd be funny if he started speaking like a regular person and not like Yoda at all, and it's just Yoda was just had like a learning disability or something, Fucking awesome, dude. He'd be like,
Like, he was like a retard
the
of those three.
Yaddle talks. Did Yaddle ever talk?
No,
Yaddle, what her name is?
She wasn't allowed. She wasn't allowed.
She was allowed to talk. Shoot.
No, you're wrong, bitch.
Yeah, but
Hit my
I
head.
mean,
I
for
did
the-
when I was child.
I mean, you just gotta keep in
Deprived
mind,
of oxygen I was.
This was just another mission for Mandalorian, right? Just a way, like he's still trying to, again, with his belief of the Mandalorians. Like I said, as soon as he got the Beskar, he would go to the undergrounds and hand it to them. You know what I mean? Sure, I think he had some feelings, obviously, along the way, and kind of ideas of things have changed.
I think he
But
threw it
again,
all out at the end of the
Feelings.
friggin'
He
thing.
told Moff Gideon, "You have no idea
Yeah.
what this thing means to me.
I-
It is
Yeah.
the most important thing." It's his son.
But
They're in a
again,
clan
that-
together, right?
But
They're like,
but again, as a Mandalorian, he made a commitment he would get him to a Jedi.
I think he threw all that out though. I think he's personal at that point.
No, I think that's still part of his thing. It's again, you look at Boba Fett. Boba Fett, as soon as these things, like, how, hey, I'm in your debt. I'm in your debt. You look at Rennick, who's now he saved me. I'm in his debt. Boba Fett said, "I'm in your debt until I get you to that child." Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a very much. They have a very big kind of, same thing. Like,
It's just
Honor,
yeah.
basically. Yeah.
from that.
the idea of
Yeah.
honor. Yeah.
And I think even that him saying it, you don't have no means to me, because he promised a child, "I will get you to a Jedi." Do you know what I mean? So it's more honor, where it's not so much like, oh, what he means to me. I think it's like what he means. Yeah, what he means to me. But I also made a promise to get him to the people that are going to help him. Yeah, he cares about him along the way, but again, I think that's kind of more what it is. And again, you've seen that through all the different stuff. Even being with Bo-Katan, he's like, "Hey, you know what? I owe you," and she, you know what I mean? She's like, "Yeah, you helped me get this. I owe," you know what I mean? There was a honor, I think, is the best way to say it. You look at all the stuff that's happened, and there's a huge honor system within the Mandalorian culture and the way they react and stuff like that to that. But again, you go season 1, episode 1. It was just, "Hey, I need a job. Hey, I need to get that weird blue guy who's in the season again. Was it Horatio Sands, right? The Horatio Sands character.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was just, again, it's just kind of the things he does. Again, he has his own story now having the Darksaber and he being the one true ruler of Mandalore. Do you know what I mean? He's now on a whole new kind of adventure and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's where I kind of think it's, yeah, he cared about it, but again, he has whole other new things to worry about. So,
Cool. How?
and again, you see how loyal he was to the Mandalorian.
The thing is, like, how many people tune in to watch The Mandalorian because of the baby with the big eyes and the green skin and the big ears?
I think that's the big
good
draw
portion.
now.
Right?
But it's, again, if you can successfully veer from that, right? I think you can if you're
Of course. Yeah, Star Wars is
telling a good
massive.
story. Yeah, people are invested in the story. Yeah, people like the cuteness of them, but that's not the story, if that makes sense.
No, I get it. And look, I'm okay with it because I get more Star Wars. I'm just saying, like, the popularity of it is based on the general like of the show, the general interest of, like, Joe Schmo, right? And so if they don't see a baby anymore, are they more likely to, the numbers go down? Does it affect things? I don't think so. I'll be happy with whatever they give us because it'll be quality regardless, right?
Yeah, I think that's, and again,
As long as they helmet, yeah, good team helmet.
I think just one last thing, and then I'm done. I think the main reason that this show has brought back Star Wars is because we were going to a place where we were making Star Wars way too complicated. And Star Wars is simplistic stuff. It's good guys versus bad guys. It's cowboy stories, right? In the Old West. It's people with swords and guns.
It's cowboys, it's samurais, and you see
exactly.
Again, we know Lucas's love for Arasaka films. So yeah, you kind of have that. And the root of everything, it's always good versus evil, right? That's kind of the simplistic outline with fun characters along the way.
Yeah, no trade federation, no trade negotiations. Just like it's straightforward. Like X-wing cops pull you over and ask you for your driver's license because you're a Mexican. It's not fair. It's not fair. They didn't see his face, so they were treating him like everyone else. So they're actually pretty good guys.
Yeah.
Good guys. And let him go based on some CCT footage that they saw where he speared some guy's life. So it's all good. Anyway, sorry. Ernest, take it away, man. Take it away.
See you guys.
That's it?
That's how you end 2020.
No. Hey, no. So yeah. So let's just each one of us can actually talk about what we liked about this year to end it off.
That's a change of pace. That's good.
Well, I mean, what would you hate about this year?
Cyberpunk memes guy.
Cyberpunk memes. Yep.
So hang on, what are we saying? What we hate or like about this year?
Well, I mean, you did the list, so I'm trying to figure out. Wait, where the hell is that thing you said here? Final 2020 thoughts. That's what you wrote.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, just quick.
I think it was like everybody says, I think it's been a weird year of a little bit of reflection. That's pretty much it, and you really started to, like everyone else, at a certain point in 2020 you really felt what was important, what really wasn't important, and stuff like that. And again, like for even all of us, like I can't wait till we all hang out again. I realized I'm not trying to say I realized, I always knew it was important and it was something I enjoyed, but it's driven the home even that much more harder and stuff like that. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's like those memories and stuff like that. You can't really create life memories like if everybody's on the screen. It's more everybody being together and the laughs you share because something funny happened is where the true memories of life come through. And I think that's kind of a big reflection that I've kind of gone through this year would be my final thoughts. So that's it.
Holy crap. I don't think we could say anything else that would
that kind of
that just kind of
everything.
That encompasses everything.
It's
a good final thought, which is awesome.
Thank you, Jerry.
So everybody stay safe out there. We're gonna see each other again. It's gonna be good. We're gonna watch movies again. You know.
That's it.
Enjoy this break with whoever you have near you. Yeah, like I said,
Yeah.
Make the most of it.
Yeah, there's
just
all these
focus.
games to play, man. All
That
these
too,
video
man.
games to play. You can play. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do. So it's awesome. Good
Yeah,
time to be a gamer.
Be safe and take care. That's the best thing.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Take it easy, guys.
All right,
Thanks for
everybody.
thanks for joining us here. At
Let's do
Potbelly
this
Gamers.
again. Let's not take too long
Yeah,
to do this again.
Of course. And
All right.
and thank you, Anthony, for popping in last minute. I had to cobble up a picture for you here. I'm sorry
It's
if
all
I was,
good.
you know.
Another
Great
Figure
picture
out
of Anthony, man.
Stupid friggin' virtual box. Just so
Was
I
that
could
his
install this.
November last picture?
I think it
Where
was.
it's
Oh, that
fully
was
grown
from like
in?
2015.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, jeez, yeah. So I gotta.
That's
get an
like
updated
at
one.
its most. That's at its bushiest.
I was trying to look for a drunk picture of you, but I couldn't find anything. But yeah, maybe next time. You know.
You have to take the drunk pictures when you get the opportunity. He's not gonna post them himself. He can't.
That's true. You're
He
right.
has too much
Candid.
self-respect.
I don't have
Hey.
enough pictures, man.
Don't worry. We all know that when the right opportunity appears, you take a picture of a guy leaning against a tree. That's what
Yes.
To get that
All right,
damn
that's the
screenshot
one.
and
Yeah, that's
photo
it.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Take it
Awesome.
easy.
See ya.
I'll see you shortly. All right, take it
All
easy,
right.
guys.
Sounds good, boys.
Boys.
Have a good one. Thank you.
I mean,
Thanks.
you were just gonna go off the air, but we're actually gonna still be here together, right?
And play.
Yeah, there you
games.
go.
yeah, we're just
All right, man.
going on a different